Okay, well, here we go. Charlotte Hornets getting ready to kick off. I can literally see them doing shoot-arounds right before we get this thing started. Hopefully everybody is ready for this one because it's going to be a banger. I am very excited for this one. The Charlotte Hornets are playing Denver at home. There is no Nikola Jokic tonight. We also got the Rams Bears game going on right now. So another one that we can absolutely enjoy. Hopefully everybody is enjoying their day. Again, look at that. Hornets are playing. I'm super excited. Hopefully you guys are too. Like I said, I'm going to be streaming a lot more Hornets content, so I hope you guys are ready for that. And yeah, let's see. Let's see what we can do. Just going to be posting these socials up real quick. So if everybody wants to take their time, really appreciate you. It is about time to get this thing kicked off. Just waiting for my dog Nolan to be there. And we're going to get it going. Quote. Okay, let's get that thing posted. We are good. I'm super excited about it. Yep. Let's just go. Okay, so yeah, today we're going to be talking a lot of Panthers. We're going to be talking a lot of Hornets. We're going to be talking a lot of everything. Hopefully everybody is going to be tuned in. Again, we have got a lot to talk about. If you're coming here for the Hornets game, unfortunately, I won't be able to stream the entire thing, obviously, on screen because the rights won't allow me to do that. So for this game, at least, we're going to have the game cast up, so everybody's going to be able to see that. Appreciate you again. We're going to be doing this fun football style. So we're going to be checking this in constantly. And, of course, once Nolan gets here, we're going to be having a conversation about the Panthers and what we're doing moving forwards. Again, also the recap on the season. So that's going to be something else I'm going to pull up. Actually, I'll pull it up in the other window while I wait. And, yeah, otherwise, it is going to be a good one. Carolina Panthers, obviously, season didn't end the way we wanted to. But, man, look at that Rams team right now. Versus the Bears, it is quite contentious. So nothing to slouch at, to be honest with you. And if this game is indicative of the Rams team that we played, I think we did pretty good. Just overall. I don't really think that there's anything maybe to write home about, some overarching theme. Oh, hey, we got close on the Rams, so we might be able to get close on some other teams. I think I would take a breather if I was going to say that, but honestly, where we're at right now, I am thrilled with the results. If you told me that we were going to be at 8 wins last season, you told me we were going to be getting into the playoffs last season, I would have taken it hook, line, and sinker. So I can't be upset at anybody that goes out there and, says anything about this team. Because to be honest with you, we crushed it. We were way over our skis when it came to this team, the Rams. We took them to a close match. I mean, we could end up being playing the Bears right now. So imagine Bryce Young versus Caleb Williams in this. That would be, just insane. Just insane. But it doesn't look like he is doing himself any favors. Looks like he just missed Colston Loveland. So Caleb Williams is not having a great game. In fact, let me see if I can pull up the game that's on right now. Yeah. Pull up the game cast while we wait for Nolan. Obviously 7-7. We don't need to play this. 4th and 4. Yeah, they're just going to kick the field goal. Go up by 3 going into the half. And then obviously hope and pray that they can stop the Rams. I don't really know who I love in this game so far. Again, take the 3 points. Don't go crazy. I do love that they went on the first 4th down when they were down on like the 2 or the 1. That was really smart. Yep, Cairo Santos goes straight through the uprights. Great one. Good choice. 24-33. I mean, look at this. If you're box score watching this, man, I've been watching it on my phone. Shout out to the Real app. And shout out to my NFL subscription. But, I mean, 155-92. It doesn't really look like Matthew Stafford's doing a whole lot in this game right now. But there is my guy. What's up, Nolan? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Let me make you a little bit bigger on the screen. I'm super excited to have you, dude. Are you watching this game right now?
Yeah, actually, I was trying to get the Hornets game. I don't know if they were playing, but
they are. They're playing. They're in shoot around right now.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in shoot around. They're about to play the Nuggets, but there's no Nikola Jokic tonight, so that's going to be a good one. It's definitely one that the Hornets can win. Bro, I appreciate you taking time out. I love the freaking shirt.
Oh yeah, I got this for Christmas.
Nice, man. You're nice. They know exactly what to get you. All Panthers merch.
Yeah. Also got a Panthers replica. I can't talk. Panthers replica helmet.
What? That's
Yeah.
pretty dope. I got to
got,
get one of those for behind me. I got all the space now, and I don't know what the hell to put in it.
yeah, I got a bunch of Panther stuff.
Nice, dude. Well, welcome. Obviously, we're going to be talking today about the Panthers. Obviously, we got a Caleb Williams on our screen right now, unfortunately, but here I actually got it pulled up. Obviously, the Carolina Panthers, finished with 8 wins, ended up winning the division, 311 points for, 380 points against. So obviously, I wish we could have done better there, but I mean, we do have the 19th overall pick in this upcoming draft, so I don't necessarily hate it.
Yeah.
But I obviously wish we could have snuck out at least one more win. I mean, losing twice to the Saints really crushed me, but I'm going to let you kind of, put us from there.
Yeah. Obviously, losing to the Saints twice sucks. Like,
yes,
really bad. But hey, to take the bad with the good, we did sweep the Falcons.
Yes, we did. And now they got Stefanski, so I don't necessarily love that, but
yeah.
But what do you think the Stefanski's going to be able to do? Obviously, now that we have him in, because now we have him, Kellen Moore, and Todd Bowles, and I think Todd Bowles is going to be gone soon, anyways. So
yeah, I think Stefanski's going to give us a run for our money. I could say that he's going to be more of a challenge than Raheem Morris.
Absolutely.
But I still think we're going to get the job done over Atlanta.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, I hope so. Especially because, you know what? Me personally, as a Bryce skeptic, and I've never denied that I'm not a Bryce skeptic. He's, to be honest, taken steps forward. Unlike Stroud, who we just watched throw like 2+ interceptions and have a ton of fumbles, on top of the last playoff game he had where he had like 5 fumbles. So I feel like Bryce is actually on the positive, moving forward, as opposed to, the other guy in his class, guy that went right behind him, CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I want to come in here and I wanted, just be like, hey man, Bryce is this and Bryce is that. But, looking at his stats from this year, he eclipsed 3,000 yards. I said if he eclipsed 3,000, I wouldn't be upset. So that's why I'm not upset. I said if he could eclipse 20 touchdowns, I'd be happy. I wanted 24, but I'll take 23. The 11 interceptions, of course, I wish he could cut down, but it is what it is. He's only a third-year quarterback. I really feel like he made the most of the moments where he could. I obviously think that there's still a lot of growth to go. Yeah, I still think there's a lot where he's maybe not on the same page as everybody, but I think that could also be like Xavier Legette, just straight up not being on the same page as him. Or simple drops like that Jimmy Horn one. Like it doesn't make any sense. Whereas you go to a guy like T-Mac, who the overwhelming amount of the time makes the play. So I definitely think that the Carolina Panthers are going to be interested in an offensive guy in the draft. I've seen a couple of names go around like Mekhi Lemon and Kenyon Sadiq and all that. So I definitely think Bryce could be getting help soon as well. So
banking off the Sadiq, that's actually who I want us to draft in the first round.
See, I was critical of Sadiq, but I looked up a lot of his tape. I looked up a lot of people's reviews of him, and a lot of people have said he's a really good blocker, and that's my concern. Because even if you were to take away the receptions from a guy like Trey McBride or Sam Laporta or Colston Loveland or any of these guys, Travis Kelce even at times, the person I normally go to is George Kittle. If you took away his took away his receptions, he's still a great blocker. And that's what this team needs. Like, we do want to run the ball more often, so we do need a blocking tight end. I don't want somebody out there like Jatavian Sanders being, losing 20 pounds and showing up pretending like he doesn't need to block anymore. So once I learned that Sadiq was a really positive blocker, I'm sold on it. I just don't think the franchise has, excuse my French, the balls to do it. Because I think that we have a lot of questions, and depending on how these go down, it could be a really interesting flip for Carolina, because we previously talked about it a while back about opportunities of people that the Carolina Panthers could get, and of course we're looking at the draft. There's a lot of potential. There's a lot of guys that we could add on here, but one of the guys that's definitely not going to be there for us that we thought might be was Sonny Styles. I mean, we need a linebacker and everything like that, so I really want us to go get that. But I mean, if Kenyon Sadiq is what everyone says he is, then I'm sold. Like, I don't need anybody else to break it down for me. Just take Sadiq and hope for the best, because we saw what Tyler Warren and Colston Loveland have done.
Yeah. With the linebacker situation, I think we go in free agency and get a linebacker, because the linebacker is like the most important person on the field for defense.
I agree.
So I'd rather have someone that has experience than just go out and get a rookie. But I might be wrong there.
No, I don't think you're wrong at all. This is actually the guy that I always go to is Nakobe Dean, 25. Yeah. I love Nakobe, or I love Quay Walker from the Packers. I think both of them could do really well.
All I had was Nakobe Dean on there. I think as soon as we get him, I think our defenses went from mediocre to pretty good. Well, not pretty good. That's an overstatement. I think that goes from mediocre to okay.
I don't disagree with you at all. And that's been my thing is like, I've been talking with a few different people, obviously talking about what the Carolina Panthers might do. When you look at, and I've got it on screen right now, they've got a bunch of different contract ideas of free agents that might be coming up. And a lot of the linebackers are old. We're talking about Matt Milano. We're talking about Demario Davis, Bobby Wagner. I mean, we're talking 35-plus-year-old guys. I mean, Kenneth Murray's not too bad, but not really. And then we don't want to bring back a guy like Jadeveon Clowney. He's not really going to be that guy where we need him to be. So in my opinion, I feel like it's literally just Quay Walker. He's only 25. And then you go down a little bit farther. Nakobe Dean is also 25. Both of them are scheduled to get 15 or more million. Nakobe's 15. And I'm sorry, Devin Lloyd was 20 million. Quay Walker's 10. I think we'd have to overpay for either of them. So because we're the Carolina Panthers. So I think we could get Quay Walker for like 12, 13. But I think a guy like Nakobe Dean would cost us probably 16, 17. Yeah. Unless we just give him a ton of guaranteed money.
Yeah, like the free agent we got Merrigan, we had to overpay for everybody. Because when we went like 5-12, like no one wanted to go to a team that was known for losing. But hey, that offseason we turned it around, won the division. Like, hey, we're competitive.
Exactly, and not just competitive, like there was plenty of games where I love the analogy that I think somebody made on Barstool or something the other day, where it's like Carolina Panthers are like the prize fighter. If you're a mediocre guy, they're going to play you mediocre. If you're the best, they're going to play you the best. But if you are bad, they are going to play bad. And it's such an interesting thing. It's like we can beat the Packers, but then we lose 2 to the Saints. You know, we can beat the Rams in the regular season, but then we struggle against, you know, the Bucks, say, for example. It's just such an interesting way. But I do feel like it's that linebacker position, and that's why I think this is the place that they have to start. If they go out and sign an edge rusher, which I'll pull it up, the edge rushers that they currently say are available now. Obviously, Trey Hendrickson would be nice, but that's $25 million on the cap, and he's going to be 30, you know, going on 32 when the season's done. Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love the idea of bringing like Yetur Gross-Matos back. I don't think it's worth us going and getting a Joey Bosa or a Hassan Reddick or any of those. I feel like I need to go either get that in the draft or I need to go get a younger guy. The name that keeps coming up is Adofa Owe.
I had Azeez Al-Ajari and
ooh, I like that.
What was his name? I have it all on a piece of paper.
Oh, you're good, buddy. I got it. There's a few. Joe Tryon's another one. Osai.
Okay, I can't say his name. We used to have him. Chassion. We was on the dude on Patriots.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. I need to find his name on here unless I already passed it. Yeah, he could be a good one. I like the opportunity of bringing in him. And to be honest, there's a few names that I wouldn't mind bringing in for like a 2-year deal. Josh Uche, Boye Mafe. Like there's a few that, or even to be honest, Clavon. What if we bring back Clavon Chaisson? Like. He's gotten 12 sacks over the past 2 seasons. That's not what he did for Carolina.
Yeah, he had like 2.
Yeah, he was not the guy, and I don't get it because as soon as he goes there, I mean, maybe it's just the Vrabel system, the Vrabel everything. Because I mean, to be honest, they're going to play the Broncos. The Broncos don't have Bo Nix, so that's over. The Patriots if their Patriots lose that game to a Bo Nixless Broncos. Whoever goes to the Super Bowl should be able to just shell them. Yeah. There's no way. Because right now we're looking at either being the Bears or the Rams playing. Who am I thinking of? Who would they have to play? Seattle, yeah. And no offense, Seattle looks amazing.
Oh, yeah. I don't even think we played bad against Seattle when we played them. They just overpowered us.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think that's what they're going to keep doing. I don't even think the Bears or the Rams are going to be able to come close to it, especially because they've played the Rams this year and they've done pretty well. So I think that there's so much opportunity there. But yeah, I would agree with what you said, man. We need to attack free agency first. Obviously, it comes first, but I really feel like linebacker would be the better way to spend the money.
Yeah, like looking at the list I made for free agency, more names that popped up were Willie Gay, Cam Taylor-Britt, Reed Blankenship, Sam Franklin.
I like him. Yeah, I like all those. Another one that's going to come up too. He's probably going to get more money than we're probably willing to pay him, though. Is the guy that's currently playing on the Rams, Cameron Curl.
Ooh,
I think that could be interesting. I know he was a 7th-round pick in 2020, but he's played crazy good this year for the most part. Obviously, they have their moments, but he could be a good one. Andre Cisco, maybe. I'm trying to look for younger guys because I don't want to bring in a 32, 33, 34-year-old. Maybe a Julian Blackman instead.
I wouldn't mind that.
I mean, all I know is Nick Scott's got to go.
Yeah, that on my list to fire Nick Scott into the sun.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he had his moments. Don't get me wrong, where he had some plays, and I was really happy for him because I don't want as a Carolina Panther for us to like shit talk you, but at the same time, man, I need you to produce. It's just like Austin Corbett. Like I appreciate what Corbett did for us for years. I appreciate what Bozeman did for us for years and all that. But once it gets to a certain point, man, you got to go. And not just that, but unfortunately, it's not going to be one of those things where it's a happy-go-lucky, like, hey, man, we really wish you the best. We're just like, get the hell out. So I don't really know where they go from there. And then obviously people keep talking, do we go out and get a corner 3? To be honest, I feel like we could get one late in the draft. I don't feel like you need to pay one. I don't feel like you need to go into free agent. None of these names blow my name away or, blow me away. Akello Witherspoon, Sam Webb. There's really nobody. Tariq Woolen wouldn't be too bad, but he's going to ask $15+ million. No way.
Yeah. With our quarterback situation, mainly backup situation, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be backups.
Yeah. Get rid of Andy Dalton. I think he might be the problem.
100%.
If Bryce gets hurt, we lost. We lost.
I don't disagree, but what's your thoughts process about bringing somebody in? Obviously, they're going to have to bring somebody in. I threw out a name last time to, you know them, Zach and Rob. It's Rob W3 World and Stop and Look on Twitter.
Yeah.
They're great, but I brought up Sam Howell. UNC guy. I know, but he's a backup. So I wouldn't be asking him to take Bryce's role. He could throw the ball all over the field. And I'm not expecting him to do a whole lot. And to be honest, he's going to be one of these guys that are really low that we're going to be able to pay like $3 million and be done. He's not going to get a whole lot of offers.
Yeah, I thought about going late in the draft and getting Jalen Daniels instead.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot, Nolan. That's a great idea.
Yeah, originally I thought about Malik Willis, but he's going to get a lot of money.
Hell yeah. He's going to get a ton of money. A lot of people talking about bringing back Teddy Two Gloves, and I'm like, nah, man, that ship has sailed. We just got to leave that alone.
Yeah, bring in Cam Newton for a backup.
Nah, at this point, bring in Kenny Pickett. Like,
hey, we bring in a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Yeah, which I think is hilarious that he's the one that won the Super Bowl. I mean, the only other names you're really talking about are much older. I did think the connection of Russell Wilson with Canales might be interesting.
Yeah.
But my concern is Russell Wilson did win a Super Bowl. So there's not going to be an argument of like, oh, hey, he shouldn't even get an opportunity to compete. If he beats Bryce Young, he should start. But I don't want that to happen. I want Bryce to have to play out next year. I want him to most likely have to play the 5th year. Obviously, he's going to play the 5th year, but I mean like where they're not fully committed to him. Maybe they give him an extension mid-season or something like that, but something where they put his feet to the fire and say, I need some more production on your side of the ball. And I don't think that it's beneficial to put somebody in there that could beat him. That's why I thought Sam Howell. I mean, to be honest, I thought Gardner Minshew, but I think he tore his ACL. So that's really not the best.
I thought Frank Oladokin would be a good one.
Okay. I'm not bad. I'm not mad at that at all. I just don't want Aaron Rodgers.
No, I think Aaron Rodgers can beat out Bryce.
Yeah, and that's the crappy part because he'd only get like $10 million, and they would have the ability to afford it. But I was like, no, it doesn't make sense. And even the other crazy one that I threw out, which was Daniel Jones, but he's not going to be available till like week 8 anyway, so he wouldn't be on the starting roster. So and plus I think he's going to sign an extension for Indy, but
yeah,
I just don't know. I don't know. This is the biggest question for me because if we go quarterback in the draft, man, there's some options. Like, let me see if I can pull up my my NFL draft thing. Because I was looking at a bunch of them, and like the big board on quarterbacks right now, obviously, like you said, Jalen Daniels is going to be a little bit farther down. Where do they have him?
I thought going out and get Riley Leonard. Good one.
Riley Leonard, I don't hate. To be honest, he was one of the ones that I thought would get at least a 1 start this year, and he did finally. Obviously, under bad circumstances. The one that's going to really be hard for the Carolina Panthers, I think, to pass up, and I know it's a horrible name, and I don't love it, is Carson Beck.
Yeah.
I think that Carson Beck is going to call to the Carolina Panthers like the Green Goblin mask. Like, it's going to be bad because they're going to be like, hey, man, we just want somebody to come in here and kind of support him and everything. But he's good enough to beat Bryce Young. And now some mocks like have him, like that mock has him 7th, 6th. Like, I don't see how that's going to happen, first of all. But I think it's more realistic for him to be in the late hundreds. But
yeah, I don't think he's going to be picked that high.
Yeah. And to be honest, none of these names, once we start getting down here, Joe Fagano from UConn. You know, the kid from Utah, the 2 from Iowa, like none of these names blow me away. None of them make me go, oh my God, it's even worth me, like, no offense, spending the pick.
Yeah.
A lot of them are just going
to, shoot. I had a name, but I lost it.
Oh, you're okay. Yeah. There's obviously Drew Aller, Cade Klubnik. That's another one. Miller Moss could be interesting. Diego Pavia could be another one, but again, he's another short king. I like Jalen Daniels, to be honest. I never thought about that.
He's almost built just like Bryce, but he's taller.
Yeah, you're right. Like I said, I just don't want anybody to put us in a scenario where all of a sudden I'm looking at Bryce and being like, man, you can't beat this 3rd rounder. Man, you can't beat this. Man, you can't beat that. Like, that's where I'm concerned. I'm concerned that I don't want to put it in a scenario like the name I would love to see on this team is Drew Aller, because I think he does have something. He's going to fall into a category, though, where he's hurt. What can he do when he comes back? I don't necessarily know, but if we're taking him, we're going to have to. Oh, this one has us taking him 7th overall.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
Get out of my face with that. This one has. Oh, this one had. This is old. This one had Lenore Sellers on it. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Damn, I was about to say we better not take Drew Aller. I'll be pissed. Okay, this one at least has him going later. Okay. Yeah. I just don't. The quarterback one's going to be interesting for sure, but the one that I really want to ask your opinion on is obviously we've got running backs. We got them out the wazoo now. We've got Rico. We've got Jonathan Brooks. We've got Chuba Hubbard. I've got Trevor Etienne. Trevor Etienne was just drafted. Chuba just got an extension. Jonathan Brooks hasn't played yet, essentially. I know he got like 20 snaps, but he really hasn't played. And then obviously we have Rico, who would need an extension, who I do think does not come back. So if that's the case, we realistically have 3. I have seen the idea floated that we take Jeremiah Love. What is your thoughts on taking a running back in the 1st round, especially with this team in our situation?
I don't like it.
Thank you. Okay. Please tell me why.
Like, we already got Chuba. I mean, we can re-sign Rico if we really want to. Wait on Jonathan Brooks and Trevor Etienne. Like, where does another running back fit into the scenario? Like, if we re-sign Rico, trade Chuba, okay. You still got Jonathan Brooks and Trevor Etienne. Sorry, that's my little sister. But
no, you're good, buddy.
Like, it's basically saying, like, you got Bijan and Tyler Algier on the Falcons. Where does Jeremiah Love fit in that? Because you already got 2.
I agree.
Like, but, I mean, if we really want to, he could be, like, our McCaffrey pick and just be Christian McCaffrey all over again.
Yeah, but at that point, we're taking him 19th overall, which, again, I'm assuming there's no trade up, obviously, right now. A lot could change. I've seen a lot of people say we might trade up for Sonny Styles or somebody like that. Obviously, the combine still has to happen, so a lot could change there. But I agree with you. I don't know if Jeremiah Love is Bijan, though. If he's Jahmyr Gibbs, if he's even Ashton Genty, because even Ashton Genty put up over $1,000 with the freaking terrible Raiders. So I just don't know if he's that guy. And not just that, but I want to keep giving Chuba an option, but at the same time, I feel like we could take a later one. Like the one that I have up on screen, Katron Allen, I think could be interesting. Nick Singleton, both running backs from Penn State. I think they could be, ones. There's some other ones out there from some smaller schools. But I just don't know if 19 is good enough.
Yeah.
That's my concern.
Sorry, go
please.
ahead.
No, you're good, buddy.
Jeremiah Love, I think, Kansas City's probably going to draft him, obviously, because who they got at running back. But with us, it's like Rico wants multi-million-dollar deal, and he wants to be the lead back.
He deserves it.
It would be like, if we traded Chuba, re-signed Rico, what would be the point of getting Jeremiah Love?
Yeah, it wouldn't be the point. But at this point, I do think that he's all but gone. I don't think there's a scenario where we bring Rico forward. I think it was a 1-year deal to see what happens. And I think that if maybe he plays a little bit different down the stretch, maybe it's just a few moments where he wasn't able to slip coverages or, beat the guy. I just don't think that he is going to want to come back to this because, to be honest, he will be competing with Jonathan Brooks. He will be competing with Chuba Hubbard. And if Jonathan Brooks is as advertised after 2 ACLs, imagine he didn't tear them first of all. But then we don't really need anybody else. If he's half decent, then we don't need that guy. And that's where I feel like if you're going to go weapon, you go wide receiver, you go tight end. Give Bryce another speed demon or another huge receiver, or just in general, give him the big tight end.
Yeah, over the season, it looks like tight end is Bryce's favorite target.
Yeah, which could be a little bit of scheme, I think, because Canales is giving him some sort of way to get out. And I think Sadiq could be the guy. I'm curious if we might be able to get somebody just as good or close to it, just a little bit farther down. Because there's a lot of things coming up, obviously. The Max Clare is going to be another guy that shoots up draft boards. I do think that, what's his name? Oscar Delp will go up draft boards as well. I like Justin Jolly at an NC State. Again, I like taking the North Carolina guys in general. But yeah, I think there's some other ones that we could get maybe a little bit farther down. But to be honest, it just depends, like you said, on what we attack in free agency. If we end up going out there and getting a Quay Walker, we go out there and get a Nakobe Dean. I don't need Sonny Styles. I've got a 25-year-old linebacker that played at Georgia in Nakobe Dean. I've got somebody that would be able to shore up that position. I think we still have Roseboom under contract. And then obviously we still have Trevin Wallace. So we could supplement maybe another linebacker later in the draft, say 4th round pick, 5th round pick, a little bit more of a development guy, or a guy just to kind of, smart between the ears. But yeah, it's really all going to depend on this free agency, and I'm really excited to see what we're going to do. Yeah.
Was it what Dan Morgan said? It's we're in a win now mode, but
correct.
Not trying to get our hopes up. I don't know what to think about it because sometimes we signed people in free agency who? Was it Dan Chesnia or whatever his last name is?
Yeah, Dan Chincia or something like that, yeah.
Then we go out and get married. Or we sign some backup running backs and we're and then we get Roseboom.
Yeah.
It's always off and on. Is it going to be the guy that's trash that we don't know? Patrick Jones? He's already hurt. Or is it going to be some top-tier guy? If we don't have Bryce and Lamar's there in free agency, are we just going to go, here, blank check, do what you want with it?
Yeah, and that's my concern as well. So that was one of my things that as soon as Dan Morgan said that he that we're close, we're in win now mode, I was like, man, that's the wrong thing to say, because I feel like it sets next year up as a scenario of we have to win the division. So if we fall short by a game or we lose the tiebreaker and we miss it, I think that's okay. Obviously, I want us to win the division every year. I want 10 wins. I want the whole bit, win a Super Bowl. But if we lose by the skin of our teeth, I think it would be okay. But if we end up in another situation where we regress, because our Carolina Panthers like to go up and then like to mess it up. It's just like this every year. And I could see
like. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, go, buddy.
It's basically like roulette almost.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Exactly. And that's even when we had Cam. Like, we had moments where it was like, 14, 15 wins or whatever it was. And then we have moments where it's 6 wins. So I think there could be a scenario where we return a little bit to earth. But if that's the case, then a lot of stuff happened. Or like I always say, other teams also got better. Like we talked about at the beginning, Falcons got Stefanski. That's going to be a needle mover for a lot of people. Maybe not with Michael Penix Jr., or maybe with them. I'm not sure. But the division got a lot better immediately. And I do think Todd Bowles is playing for his job now. So I think that could change as well. Yeah.
Because
so all of a sudden
he had all that success after like Brady left or whatever. Won the division like twice, 3 times, something like that. And now he just didn't win it. Yep. I think now he's playing for his job because they expect success. And
not just that, but you have Mike Evans possibly not returning. So you have a scenario where you have Godwin, you have Egbuka, you've got Jalen McMillan. So they're probably going to go out and get somebody. The number one person I've seen mocked to them is Sonny Styles. So I do think they're going to go defensive. I don't see a scenario where they're not, especially at that position, because they don't have it's not really a great position to draft in general, but Sonny seems like one of those guys. If it's not going to be him, I could see them going out and maybe getting an edge. Or another one I've seen heavily mocked is our guy, Kenyon Sadiq, is them going out and getting a tight end because they don't really have a great tight end room. But either way, Baker returns from an injury. Egbuka, no offense, Egbuka was kicking the crap out of T-Mac when it came to the offensive rookie of the year for the first 8 weeks. And then he had the groin injury, and then it all fell down from there. And then, of course, T-Mac put his foot on his throat and ended it. But it was still we were closer because of the injury. And thank God, because I think T-Mac deserves it. I think he's the best rookie we've had on this team in a long time. I think it's arguably Dan Morgan's best pick.
Yeah. It's kind of close, though. Even though it's not really a draft pick, Coker's really up there.
100%. But though, like everybody always says, he wasn't the only person that passed on him. Everybody passed on him, 7 times or whatever it was. But the idea to just even bring him in, the idea that you're going to take a guy from Holy Cross that everybody always goes, oh, small school. We see most of the receivers are from small schools. Number one receiver in the league this year was JSN, but the guy right behind him, Puka, went to BYU. So you don't necessarily need to go to a big school to be a dominant wide receiver. Now, if you talk about other positions, hey, we'll have an argument, especially quarterback. I feel like quarterbacks need to go to smaller schools because then they go through the struggles, but that's a whole separate argument. We got to make a good decision with this 19th pick. I don't care if it's Mekhi Lemon. I don't care who it is. You have got to hit a pick just like T-Mac, but you've got to do it at 19 now instead of 8, I think it was last year, or 9.
Yeah. Excuse me. But like with the Steelers, they always have a mid-round pick, and it's so much pressure on them because they got to hit it.
Yeah. Just like Mo put in the chat, best available, period. Yeah.
The Steelers always have a mid-round pick. It's always who's left almost. You either hit it or you don't. Kenny Pickett, they didn't hit on that pick. But other picks, George Pickens, I forgot what pick he was, but they hit on him right there.
I thought he was a second-round pick. Maybe I'm thinking of
first, second. I kind of forgot.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Oop, I don't even know how to spell. Oops. Trying to type.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick.
Sure, go for it, buddy. Yeah, it looks like he was a second-round 52nd pick. So yeah, second-round pick for a guy like George Pickens. We look at the draft coming up. There's obviously a lot of great options. Obviously, when we talk about the board wide receiver, Carnell Tate's going to be up there. I do think Jordan Tyson passes him though. That's a me thing. Kevin Concepcion keeps going up. Zachariah Branch is another one that keeps being brought up, so he could be a good one. I personally have a love affair with Ted Hurst, I think he's going to do really well at the next level. And then there's another guy down here. Where the heck is he?
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Like, it's, I don't know, it's a lot of talent.
Yeah. And now that there's so many good wide receivers in the draft, I feel like there's a lot of options for us to go get. Zachariah Branch is the one name that's going to keep coming up for Carolina. I don't think he's going to be available for Carolina's second pick, so he would end up having to be a first-round pick. I'm pretty sure let me pull up our draft capital. Let's see.
I had to move rooms. I got a little sibling attack everywhere.
Oh, nice. That's okay, buddy. I understand. I got a bunch of siblings, so. Yeah, we have the 8th pick. Oh, this has to be last year, or this is not updated.
Yeah.
There's no way this is updated. This is 8th pick. Let me see if I can find it. Oops. I'm trying to pull it. Maybe Carolina Panthers website will tell me the right thing. Of course, it doesn't tell me the numbers. Okay. Yeah, it's our first, our second, third, fourth, Minnesota 5th, another 5th by us, and a 6th. Okay, so we have picks, obviously. I just don't think a guy like Zachariah Branch is going to be there at 50. I think he's going to go more in this 26 to 46 range. If he ends up there at 50, 55, 57, and he's available, Carolina will take him. I'll 100% say that, because if we go wide receiver second round, that means we didn't go wide receiver first round. So that could be a massive benefit. But there could also be a scenario where they go 2 offensive guys. I think that's a very slim margin. The idea of us getting Kenyon Sadiq and a Concepcion and a Zachariah Branch. I think at most Bryce will get 1 weapon, and I do think he will get 1 offensive line guy.
Yeah,
I don't think we can't leave a draft without one.
Like, I have him drafting Isaiah World.
I love Isaiah World.
Yeah, I think we can get him in the second round, because our lineman depth is abysmal. Like, Akeem's out now. Robert Hunt might be iffy.
Yep.
But, like, who else are we going to turn to? Josh Najeeman?
I don't like the Josh Nijman pick at all. I don't think that he's the guy, or a Jatir Carter that we started the year with, or somebody like that. I do feel like we need an offensive lineman. I have thrown around the crazy idea that we explore getting rid of Robert Hunt. I know the contract's a little crazy, but it'd be 1 year. You'd be able to get maybe a 4th round pick for him. And then you could invest that plus another one in a guy. If you took Isaiah World at the 2, or I'm sorry, not the second overall pick, but the second round, he could be a day 1 starter.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, so we could immediately smooth that over. And if we could get a pick for this draft, the bad draft, I mean, there's some offensive linemen we could pick up later in the draft that would be able to make this so much easier for us.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. But back to the offensive weapons part.
Oh, yeah.
I think we attack that more in free agency, or we go trade out for people. Like,
you think so? I think it could be a later pick, like a 3rd round pick as a wide receiver.
Like, I have us trading away Tommy Tremble and JT Sanders.
Oh, thank God.
Like, what are we gonna do with those 2? Like, JT's hurt, Tommy T doesn't do anything. So I have us drafting like Sadiq, go trade for Darnell Washington, and then and go get Taysom Hill if he decides not to retire, because you can use him like anywhere. Like,
I agree with you.
Canales' favorite weapon.
I agree. I think there could be an interesting one, especially if we go wide receiver or weapon in free agency. There's a lot of them. I just feel like if we go that route, we're definitely hindering what we're going to be able to do. I think especially this year, where I think we've only got like 30 or so million to spend or something like that. I feel like it's a better scenario for us to get the weapon either in a draft or through a trade, as opposed to paying a guy right now. Like, I like a Wan'Dale Robinson. I feel like he's really proved his worth. But I'm not willing to go out and spend like 20 million on Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, like, I think we do like a little reunion and we go get Curtis Samuel.
Oh, that would be nice. Okay. That'd be like a good
the Bills
one.
don't hardly use them. That's the thing. So it'd be like, that's immediately cheap draft compensation right there for the Bills.
100%.
Or for us, whatever.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, that makes actually complete sense. Obviously, too, we're hoping Xavier Leggett takes a step forward, or does
Fingers
something.
crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed at this point. I was a very much a skeptic of Xavier Leggett. I was like, man, I wanted Jackson Powers Johnson in that draft, the center. He obviously had an injury with the Raiders, I think it was last year or this year. So, hey, it's a little bit of a benefit that we don't have him. But at the same time, man, Xavier's a big letdown so far. Like,
yeah, like going to trade up in the first just to go get him. I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't be happy if the Bills took him and we just go get like Lad McConkey instead.
Yeah, Lad would have been a perfect one. Lad would have been a perfect one. In fact, here you go. Mo put it in the thing. He said if the Dolphins got a deal for Waddle, hey, I would love to add Waddle to this team, but he's going to cost a bunch of money, and I don't think the team's willing to pay another offensive weapon because they're honestly. I think they're thinking about the Bryce contract. I think that's something that's keeping in their mind. Obviously, they have 2 years to still, tool around, but I do think this will be a moment where they make a decision to go defense. It would not surprise me if we did almost what Matt Rule did, where he went all defense in the draft. I think it could be all but one, or maybe all but two. Like they're going to go defense to try and save Evero, because if this goes south next year, Evero's gone, probably mid-season. That means Canales is going to be changing play calling duties. He's going to give it to Brad Idzik. If that doesn't work, he's going to, fire Idzik before he gets fired or something like that. Like it's going to be a whole crazy scenario. But obviously, I don't want to think negative. I want to think that we're going to do positive. So it makes more sense for us to just go get defensive guys to fix our problems, mainly over the middle. Linebacker, I feel like, is priority number one. I don't feel like it's close anywhere else.
Oh, well, I do like what we're doing on defense, like go get out in the draft. But I think first it starts with Evero, and I think he needs to be gone like yesterday.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that's the thing. Like if we take BPA, I've seen a few where we end up with like an interior defensive lineman. And I don't know if that's the best option, but if it's BPA and it's a guy like Peter Woods in some crazy scenario, I'd be down with it. It would just mean, in my opinion, we need to switch to a 4-3. I can't have us running this Evero 3-4, dropping Derek Brown into coverage crap again.
Yeah, like I thought when that happened, I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah, bro, that blew my mind. And then, of course, you definitely heard it because I think you reposted it. The Princely talking about the scheme afterwards, or talking about the team, and he's like, we have everybody here. And then he stopped himself when he was going to start blaming the scheme, and like that's why we're not getting a pass rush. And I'm like, man, you might be right. I'm not doubting you, but at the same time, like, I can't sit here and change that up. And I feel like the only reason why is because this team, and again, I'm going to try and refrain from being negative about it. This team is very close to being rebooted. This team is a 5-win season for being rebooted again. And that's not what anybody wants to see. That's not what Canales wants. That's not what Bryce wants. That's not what T-Mac wants. None of that. So I feel like if you add a DC now, you're basically bringing in a DC for 1 year, because if it doesn't go bad, you're going to fire him and everybody else. So you might as well just keep Evero with Canales, keep Evero with Dan Morgan and Brad Idzik and everybody, and just, hey, here's a defensive draft. Take a few guys, see what it does, and go from there.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that, but I think we should also, like, Canales goes up to Evero, it's like, hey, give me a list all the players that you want and that we could possibly get. And if he doesn't work with them, I think gone.
I agree with you. Yeah, I think this is Evero's last chance to make it work, because I'm not even an Evero supporter, but before he came to our team, he was getting head coaching looks. So it's not like it's not like he can't do it. And the one thing I will point to is look at the 2 games versus the Rams, versus his former leader, McVay. He's done really well against them. All things aside, the Rams were not able to just run all over us. They were able to score points, but everybody can score points in the NFL. I just, I don't know. I'm concerned about what the replacement would have been. I'm glad we decided to keep him. I'm glad we're moving forward. But yeah, I think we do need somebody. Evero needs to give us one guy. If I got you this one guy, what could you give me with a pass rush? If I got you Akeem Mesidor from from Miami, if I could give you Cassius Howell from Texas A&M, could you do better? Okay, maybe let's go from there. So yeah, there's definitely some options.
My question is, what do you think about the rumors of us going to get Max Crosby?
My issue with it is, one, if we go and get Max Crosby, that means we have to address pretty much everything else in the draft, because we're going to be spending the majority of our cap on his contract. We'd be able to, get a little bit away because we most likely have to trade a pass rusher. But if we're trading a pass rusher at this point, who are we trading? We're probably just trading Nick Scorton, to be honest. Like, he's really our only pass rusher worth it right now. Not saying Princely's not good, but there's a clear difference between the snaps that Princely got versus the snaps that Nick Scorton got. I think Princely can do it. I think he can do it at the next level. I think Nick Scorton can do it. But I just don't know if I want to commit $30+ million a year to a 30+ year old pass rusher.
Yeah,
that's my concern.
It's almost like the Milton Williams situation, giving him all that money when he's like getting up there in age.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that Max Crosby couldn't do it at a high level for the next 3 to 4 years. I'm not saying that at all. My concern is, does he benefit from Evero's system? I don't even know. I don't think he's ever worked with Evero, so I don't even think I really need to worry about that. I just don't know if scheme-wise the two of them would benefit each other. Yeah, he's a just, pull your ears back and just go get the pass rusher. But I just don't know. If it was somebody else, like even if you told me we're going to get Trey Hendrickson, do I think that this pass rush is all of a sudden solved? I don't. One, because I feel like we need more hybrid guys. I don't think a pure pass rusher is the way to go. I do think our team should be, it's obviously built for zone, but I do think we would benefit a lot from putting guys in coverage and forcing them to throw it on us. But to do that, you need that run-stopping linebacker, that green dot, that's going to be able to just go out there and run the defense. The guy that's going to end the season with 120+ total tackles, somebody that's in every play. And we don't have that yet. And like I said earlier, we're not going to be able to get Sonny Styles, and he's their best so far in the draft, or at least one that might be available to us. So if we're going to do that and we're going to keep running zone, then go out there and get a coverage guy. Go get Nakobe Dean. Go draft another linebacker like a Jacob Rodriguez. Go out there and get another pass rusher in the draft, maybe another interior defensive lineman. I personally think we should get a late corner. And then, of course, we need a free safety. So
I think sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good, buddy.
I think we need to get rid of Charles Smith-Wade. He not living up to the hype. So I think you're thinking going to get a cornerback late, I think would be a great idea.
Yeah. And, Chow was one of the guys that for Dan Morgan's first draft. So I do give him a little bit of leeway, even though I don't want to. I think that Chow's done a good job, though, for being a 5th or 6th round pick. He's pulled his weight more than enough. He's, earned it to maybe be on the team, just maybe not as cornerback 3, maybe cornerback 4. You give him cornerback 4, he might be able to do some work. But I agree. I think we need to upgrade that room just a tiny bit. I'm not saying we need to go out there first round, but don't get me wrong. There are some guys, if this draft, if Mansour Delane falls to us, if, the combine's really crazy and Avian Terrell is there, I wouldn't be opposed to another first round corner. But obviously, it's not addressing the true need. If I'm going corner at that point, it's because BPA is like an interior defensive lineman or a tackle. And as much as I want to take a tackle, I don't think a first-round tackle makes the fan base happy at all.
Yeah, it's going to be an outrage if we get a lineman with our first-round pick.
Correct, especially because a lot of people really liked Ickham this year. They saw his progression finally, and then of course the injury happens shittily. But luckily, he should be rebounded by the beginning of next season. It's not going to be one where he's going to miss a majority of the season or anything like that. He should be able to play. Same thing with Sanders. I know he broke his ankle, so that one shouldn't be too bad. So for the most part, I feel like we get most of them back. But I do like your idea of going out and getting World. I think World would really benefit the team.
Yeah, like back where I was saying, like, who else do we have to turn to if once somebody gets injured, right? Really?
Correct. Yeah. In fact, here I can pull up the Carolina Panthers depth chart real quick. Offensive lineman on salary. Obviously, we got Nick Samak late, Jake Curran, Jatir Carter, Corbett, Moten, Hunt, Yash Nyman.
Caden Mays needs to stay for a long time, though. I can just throw that out there.
I think he's going to get a 2-year. I think he's going to get a 2-year.
I think he deserves a 3.
3? I'd be fine with a 3. I don't want a 4. The reason why is because he's 26. I don't truly know if he's the solution. And I'm not saying that I don't want a 30-year-old center. I just think that we could do better long term. And depending on how this goes, this year, a lot could change with this offensive line. No offense if we have any regression. It doesn't make sense to keep Robert Hunter, Damian Lewis much longer because they'd be 29 and 30. So next season we would talk about trading them. So you'd be wanting to upgrade those guard positions anyway. So if you gave it a year for a guy like Isaiah World to come in there and spend a little bit of time behind somebody and learn, Robert Hunt goes down again. Damian Lewis goes down. He's able to immediately hop in there. Like we said, start. So I love the idea of adding a lineman. It's just where. And then same thing on like Ickham. Ickham's going to have to be paid. Samak's going to need at least a 1-year deal. I don't think they bring back Corbett.
Oh, yeah, I think Corbett should be gone.
Yeah, Corbett's going to explore free agency. The only way he returns is if nobody gives him a solid contract. Yeah, Ickham should be there for the season. Moten, I think, is fine. I wouldn't worry about right tackle right now. Obviously, we need another tackle, but right now I'm not really worried. I think he's going to be able to. He'll be fine next year. It's the other names. It's the Sadiq Charles. It's the Jake Curran, the Nick Samak, the Jatir Carter. I think we need something else. But when it comes to the rest of the team, I do feel like offensively, we definitely have the bones. I don't think we really need a wide receiver 3, but I'd love one.
Oh, yeah. I think we need to trade Leggett. I just don't have any hope for him anymore.
I don't disagree with you. Leggett has I know everyone says he's allowed to have whatever he wants off the field. I thought the whole thing of him going to the horse race and everything was them just trying to market him, to be honest. They are just trying to get what they can out of him. They realize, maybe what he is on the field or what he's not. And I do think that they were just kind of, hey, let's go see if we can market the Carolina Panthers better. And he's done a really good job. He has absolutely been a great media person for us. And I think he could continue to be. But I do think at some point he's going to start feeling some type of way that Jalen Coker is better than him or getting more options, looks than him. Or he's going to be mad that, Mitchell Evans maybe next year beats him in total targets or receptions or Sanders.
That'd be sad if that happened.
Yeah, like there could be a scenario next year. Like I think this year he only had 40 targets or 50 targets. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, Mitch Evans or Leggett?
Leggett only had 64 targets and he only caught 35 of them.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't love that, but obviously some of those are on Bryce, some of those are on him. Obviously he had some moments of some bad drops. He had some moments of some trying to body catch it and he can't. And the whole bit. So that's why I'm a bit worried about him. I agree that I don't really care about that wide receiver 3 position. Obviously I'd love one, but to be honest with you, I'd rather put Bryson Tremaine in there. I really like Bryson Tremaine. Big, huge wide receiver. Yeah, he's not a deep threat, but in 90% of the time, he's wide receiver. He could be wide receiver 3. Not saying he should be, but I think he has potential. And then, of course, Jimmy Horn was supposed to be that deep threat. But to be honest, the way the line was going, Bryce was never going to be able to hit those deep balls because he didn't have time. And the moments he did, he was feeding them to T-Mac because he knew T-Mac would be able to come up with it.
Yeah.
Plus, just in general, I don't think that Jimmy Horn got a ton of snaps. So,
yeah, I think with our deep threat, I think it's the first time when we had a podcast that Romeo Dobbs. I think we go get him.
Yep, Romeo Dobbs is a good one. I like him.
Or honestly, it might be like a 50-50, but go get Robbie Chosen.
I'm totally fine with that. I'm totally fine with us going to getting a veteran. I think it'd be hilarious if we could go out there and make a Mike Evans deal happen. I know that's obviously unrealistic, but that would be hilarious. Just like I thought when Julio Jones was doing his last year, I was like, I would offer him a contract. I'd be like, you want to come in here and play against the Falcons? I have no problem let you guys smoke them. Like,
All right, let's go get Tyler Lockett or somebody like that.
Tyler Lockett wouldn't be a bad one either. I've got the free agents up right now. Mike Evans, Christian Kirk. That could be an interesting one, but I think he's going to end up asking for a bunch. We obviously heard that Adam Thielen is going to retire. Marquise Brown wouldn't be bad. He's definitely got some burners. Obviously, Rashid Shaheed's name is going to come up a lot now, but he's going to end up getting 15, 20 million. So he's going to get paid.
Definitely.
Yeah, same thing with Wan'Dale Robinson. Jahan Dotson might be interesting, but he's really unproven at the next level.
I think John Mechie wouldn't be a bad one.
Oh, Mechie would be so awesome. Give him his wide receiver from college. That would be totally dope. I love it.
Or we just jump the gun and go get J-Mo from the Lions.
Oh, please, yes. Yes, please. I want that more than anything. I think J-Mo is one of those wide receivers that you just can't shake a stick at. He reminds me, to be honest, a lot of the guy that's right behind him now, Isaac Tesla. Isaac Tesla is all of a sudden like, he'll come up with those big balls. And it blows my mind because it's one of those things that's just so simple. Big wide receiver can go make big time plays. Like, that's how it's always been. Like, I don't understand the idea unless you have a true burner, an Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown when he was there, a Tyreek Hill. The 5'10 wide receiver is normally not the guy to go to. Like, it's normally the 6'1", 6'2", 6'3 guy that's going to go out there and solve it. Like, even Justin Jefferson, he's 6'1". He's a thin 6'1", but I mean, he can go out there and make the plays with the best of them.
Yeah, or was it Jalen Naylor? He can go do it.
That'd be a good one. Yeah, I see a few of them on here. I'm trying to normally, like I said, I try to normally look at the younger guys because I want them to be with the team for more than like 2-3 years. Obviously, I would love George Pickens, but he's going to get $30 million.
Oh yeah, he's probably going to go to a top team.
Yeah, Jalen Tolbert, I'm not necessarily upset at. Devin Duvernay.
Yeah, I got like bubble stomach.
Oh, dude, that's me. Where I moved at was a Circle K right around the corner, so I've been getting those big, huge like foam ones every day. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna float away. But yeah, Romeo Dobbs is another guy. Here. Oh, there you go, Quick Trip. I love Quick Trip. They're awesome.
Yeah, like ours. Is yours with a K or with a Q? Because our Quick Trip's with a Q.
Yeah, Q.
Yeah, what I get there is a large foam Fanta strawberry, ranch bugles, and peach rings.
Nice. Peach rings are goated.
Yeah, those are my top two snacks is ranch bugles and peach rings.
Nice. Mine are probably sour gummy worms. I love those things. I can put down a whole goddamn bag. Or to be honest, any chips. I really like you give me a thing of like sour cream and onion chips, cheddar and sour cream chips, any of those, I'm gonna kill the whole bag. Like I know now I take like a little tiny like bowl and I just fill the bowl. Don't get me wrong, I'll try and get as many chips in there as I can, but that's it. I cut myself off.
Have you had
man, Romeo Dobbs
before?
is gonna end up getting 15. Which one?
Popcorners.
Popcorners.
You never heard of them? The chips?
No.
Oh, they're so good.
Really?
I get a bag. It's a spicy queso, and it's like basically a chip that feels like popcorn.
Really? I'm gonna have to try that.
They're so
I
good.
do the skinny pop whenever. What were you saying? I'm sorry. No, you're good.
They had like a Super Bowl commercial. Popcorners is with Breaking Bad, and that's how I knew them. My brother got a bag, tried it, and like, okay, those are the new chips I'm gonna get.
Nice, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try them. I end up if I go chip, I like the ridged more than I like just the basic chip. But I must say I am enjoying more of like different ones. I found one the other day. I tried what are they called? Oh my god. It's the spicy chip that literally everybody loves. Why can I not think of what it is?
Is it Doritos?
No, it's not the Doritos ones. It's like the purple bag.
Oh, is it Takis?
Takis, there we go. Yeah, I tried those. Those aren't bad. I'm not a big fan.
Those are just, I mean, I don't like them. I got little siblings that
if I never ate them again, I'd be fine.
Yeah, I got little siblings that eat them, and it's just all over. Like, for Christmas was my little brother got a big, huge Takis blanket.
Oh, what? Hey, if you love it that much, I hope he enjoys it.
Yeah, like us with the Panthers, we love it that much. We need stuff for it.
Yeah, dude, we need a Panthers like drink or a Panthers like snack or something like that.
Yeah, didn't back in the day that I don't know if it was Lay's. They got dirt from each NFL stadium and used that to grow potatoes for potato chips.
What? I didn't know
Was
that.
it like Lay's that did something like that?
That's not
Because they had each
like
themed bag.
I remember the theme bags. I didn't know that they were made in their soil. That's pretty dope.
I don't actually know about it, so don't quote me on it. But
No,
I heard that off like a TikTok video.
Either way, dude. I like I said, I'm a sucker for chips. I physically have to control myself. But now I just don't buy them. I just don't put them in the house. It's not worth it. But other than that, I don't. The other one that I had recently was my birthday was in December, so my sister-in-law, something like that, whatever she is, my wife's sister, made me a huge pan of tres leche, and I love tres leche, the cake.
Actually, never heard of that before.
If you ever get the opportunity to try it, it's normally a Hispanic thing. I dated a Puerto Rican girl for 5 years when I first got out of high school, so I got to try all the Hispanic foods, and that was primo. I will take that to my grave. I love that cake. She made it in a big, huge aluminum foil pan. And after like 5 days, I wasn't even halfway through it. And I literally was like, I cannot keep this in my house anymore. Because it was like, I want something. Let me go get a piece of cake. And of course, it's, probably 1,000 calories a piece. Because it's literally like 3 separate kinds of milk. But man, was it so good. Man, was it so good.
My mom makes this really good dish. It's chicken wrapped in bacon, but it's like really floppy cinnamon sugar bacon. And it's just, it's so good.
That sounds so good.
Yeah. I had honey barbecue meatballs for lunch. It's great.
Man, you're living my life. That's the way to go. I'm a big, huge meatball sub fan. We were just living in Massachusetts before we moved down here to Florida, and man, that was the go-to meatball sub.
Yeah. The best meatball subs that I can really get is Subway meatball subs.
Yeah, I don't have any like crazy place to get them anymore. Up in New England area, they got a really small sandwich chain that did them good. I didn't love them, but they were really good. They were the best one that I could find. Otherwise, I have to go to Subway, and Subway, everything's microwave. So.
Yeah, did you have a sandwich shop called Good Sense up there?
No.
Oh, they're so good. It's like a chain,
though,
but they're really good.
Yeah, the next one I'm going to try and do is get a Bojangles close. The closest one is 50 miles away.
Oh, I need a Bojangles down in Kansas.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they don't have them out west yet. Yeah,
but best we got is KFC.
KFC is good. I got lucky where I came back to has Publix, and Publix fried chicken is the greatest thing. Oh, it's so good.
Every time I vacation down in Florida, we go to Publix. I've tried their fried chicken. It is pretty good.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's only like $10, so it's perfect. Like you can get that, share it with 2 or 3 people, and like you're good. Or the other one down here, obviously, is Publix subs. Those are just, I could eat one every day for the rest of my life.
Publix subs?
Yeah. Next time you come down here, go to Publix sub. You can actually get a chicken tender sub. And if you like buffalo or whatever, if it's in Publix, they'll put it on the sub. So a lot of people will be like, "Oh yeah, I want buffalo chicken with fresh blue cheese," and they'll literally walk out from behind the sub saying, "Go get fresh blue cheese and put it on there." Like whatever you want, they'll do. And those chicken tender subs are just insane. The problem is that they end up weighing like a pound.
Like I went to this restaurant. I think it's up near KC, like the big, huge buildings and all that. I forgot what it's called, but they had this garlic parm chicken sandwich, and it was delicious.
Oh, that sounds so good. My guilty pleasure for that one is a chicken cutlet sub, where they put chicken cutlets and mozzarella and all that. Oh yeah. I feel fat already. Yeah, right. I just ate dinner. I had one piece of fried chicken and I made stuffing, I made green beans, and then I had rice. So it was good. But yeah, we were talking about obviously Carolina. What Romeo Dobbs is going to be, they're expecting him to get up to 15 million. I wouldn't be upset at paying that, especially because we're not paying any other wide receiver. I do think though that would mean we have to throw him the ball. Like we're not going to let a $15 million receiver get, 50 catches. He's going to need to get like 60, 70 catches.
Yeah, it's like how much money Justin Jefferson made, and look at his production this year. Like they didn't really throw him the ball, or they really couldn't because the quarterback was terrible.
Correct. Yeah, and I'm not really sure what they're going to do. I saw a hilarious one where Aaron Rodgers is going to leave the Steelers now and go to the Vikings and complete the Brett Favre triangle.
Yeah, right.
If that happens, I'm going to laugh my ass off. I don't really know where they're going to go with quarterback. I think they're just going to trust JJ, but
yeah, like you going to start Max Brosmer?
Hell no.
Yeah.
And then they had Carson Wentz destroy his shoulder, so he's retiring.
Didn't they have him play while injured though?
Yeah.
That just shows you how not very trustworthy the organization is.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. So many of those organizations will just change it up on you. Like Carolina did it for years, where they would, just trot out these crappy quarterbacks and hope and pray that everybody else around them would work. But man, when you make a bad quarterback play like JJ McCarthy so far, it really shows, and it shows every game. Like there was games where he looked fine. There was a game where he looked great, but man, overall he was terrible.
Yeah, it's basically how we started Darnold when he was on the Panthers. It's not good. Or Baker Mayfield when he was with us, not good.
Yep. But I feel like Baker was the one. Like Baker has had 9 different play callers in 9 seasons.
Yeah, he never really got a chance to develop with one.
Correct. And then when he finally did with the Bucks, what happens? He gets Canales. Oh, Canales does so well, he becomes the Panthers. Oh, Liam Cohen. Then Liam Cohen goes to the Jaguars, and now they had Grizzard, who isn't going anywhere, just because they didn't do anything. So, and again, I think if Bowles goes, it's going to be interesting. The whole division's going to shake up next year.
I think the Saints are actually coming up on the rise, and I hate to say it.
You think so?
But how they played against us and other teams, they're looking like they can be a competitive team for years to come.
I agree, and that's where my concern is like if we don't get better offensively, it could be a problem or defensively for that matter, because Kellen Moore is not somebody to scoff at. Kevin Stefanski is not somebody to scoff at, and then obviously Bowles could be fired, but whoever goes into the Bucs position, they're not going to hire some slouch coach. They're going to go out there and be like the Ravens or the Giants or somebody like that. They're going to go out and get a big coach early. Obviously next season could flesh out with a whole bunch of different coaches coming into the coaching carousel. I just don't want a Bobby Slowick to end up in this division on top of it. Like, no offense, right now, Canales might be 3 with Stefanski in division now, like the 3rd best head coach.
Yeah. It's
got to be Stefanski.
I just lost my train of thought for a second.
Oh, you're good.
But, I don't know. I forgot where I was going with it. Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, I was just saying, Canales could be the 3rd best head coach in the division. If it's Stefanski being 1, you got Kellen Moore might end up being 2, especially depending on how the Saints end up. I mean, if Tyler Shuck plays anything like he did this season, he had moments where, man, he looked like he could put it all together.
Yeah, basically Tyler shucked us, basically.
Yeah, dude, and the fact that he was able to do it with Olave, who a lot of people thought was, completely done. Taysom Hill was pretty much gone. All of that, by the way, dude on the Nuggets just airballed the shit out of a ball. Oh my God, that was bad.
Pretty bad. I don't have the game on. I still got the Rams and Bears game on.
Oh, nice. I got it pulled up on my other one. It's still 10-10 over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, their Hornets are up 20. So let's go. But yeah, I don't really know what the division has to hold, because that's another one of my concerns. Is like in division now we have Stefanski with Penix, we have Bowles with Baker, we have Kellen Moore with Shuck, and obviously we have Canales with Bryce Young. Out of those four, obviously I think Shuck and Penix are behind Bryce to this point. I do think Baker is number one, if you want to have that argument. I do think Bowles is a better head coach to this point than Dave Canales. Granted, he does require, he doesn't play call. I think he defensive play calls. I'm sorry.
Who are you talking about again? I'm sorry again.
Todd Bowles.
Yeah, I think he defensive play calls.
Yeah, because he had the OC, he had Cohen and all them, so they were obviously calling offensively. So he's going to bring in somebody to offensively play call. I don't know. To be honest, I think it could be a weird scenario where next year Mike McDaniels ends up in division. Like, one of those weird ones.
Bowles ends up fired.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way Bowles survives. I think the division is immediately better with Stefanski and Co in division, and especially depending on how that draft goes. No offense, they as much as I want to clown the Falcons, Drake May, Bijan, Kyle Pitts, because they'll probably try to keep Kyle Pitts.
Probably.
And then James Pierce Jr., like they've got a solid defense. Like they are not anybody to slouch at. And Stefanski is supposed to be an offensive guy from what I can remember. But he's going to still go out there and hire an OC and a pretty good DC, I would assume. So he's like, the Falcons are not going to be a team where we can go, oh, we're going to beat them 30-0 again. Like it might be 30-29 this time. Though. Oh yeah, dude, that game was amazing. And to be honest, that was a complete collapse of the Falcons. Like our defense played lights out. Bryce played his moments. He didn't need to do too much. He just had to go out there and distribute the ball nice and easy. And yeah, he just like the whole team just got slapped. So that was awesome. Especially again, division rival.
Funny enough, I got a buddy of mine at school that's a Falcons fan. So the whole day, writing his news like, "Hey, did you see that Falcons game?"
Yep, I did. I watched you guys lose.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was, and especially going into next year, I just need us to keep the momentum up.
Yeah, like we can't have roller coasters all over again. We just need flat plane, or we're just going straight up.
Correct. And while I have it, since it's about to go into the second, I'll pull up the Carolina thing. The one thing that I can't say that I don't want is stuff like this. Like, where is it? The Jets game, 13-6. The Bills only scoring 9. Packers, we score 16. We get the win, but 16 is not good enough to win most games. Like, you lose to the 49ers 20-9. Like, I would like to at least get us to where, if you want to lose 2015, 2014, something like that, where we're at least close, I'm fine with that. But none of this losing by, 12, 15 points. That's BS.
Yeah, like, we can't, it's basically like a point differential almost. It's like what you said earlier. We play to the other team's level. It's almost like the Chiefs. Almost. They like to play down the team's level, but with them, they always find a way to win it.
Correct.
Well, besides this season, though.
Yeah, this season they fell apart. But again, it also kind of reminds me of what Brady did. Brady went, a decade without going to any major playoff game. So this could just be the Mahomes era of like, hey, man, it's time to suck for a little bit.
Yeah, like, I don't know what would happen if Mahomes ever left KC. I think it would be like another Patriots once Brady leaves.
I would agree, but I do think that if he left, one, you're going to get a haul for him. I understand he's 30, but teams like, obviously, Bears pre-Caleb Williams would have given you like 3 first-round picks for him, no problem. Even coming off of a major injury, they wouldn't have cared. So I do think that if he goes, the haul would be awesome. So I think it would help rebound him, akin to like what OKC did, where you just have like all these crazy high picks all of a sudden, and now like the top team is drafting in the top 10. Like this year, they might get Caleb Downs. Like that would be an amazing addition to their defense. But if Mahomes goes or anything like that, that means Andy Reid's gone. So you get a new play caller in. It's a whole new rebuild. I mean, obviously Kelsey's gone. We probably have a year or two left of Chris Jones. So I don't know. And plus, how long is Spags going to keep doing this as a DC?
Maybe 2 years.
Yeah. So I'm not really sure if he holds on for the next, 5-6 years. Spags is either going to retire, or he's going to go to another team, or you know what? He might go to another team as an HC. I don't understand why he's not getting HC nods. Maybe it's just because he wants to call the defense and that's what he wants to do, which is fine with me. But
yeah, I mean, last time I saw, he got one head coaching look, and it was from the Titans.
Ugh, that's not good. He's not Mike Vrabel, unfortunately.
These are popcorns, by the way. These are great.
Oh, I have seen those before. I'm gonna have to try them.
Yeah, the spicy queso, they're good. Or the jalapeno, they're great.
I'm gonna have to try them. Yeah, I've definitely seen them. I'm gonna need something like that, especially because I'm gonna be streaming more of these Hornets games. I think I'm gonna do most of the Hornets games. I didn't do the one last night just because I had a bunch of crap going on, and especially when they start so late. I did the one 2 days ago, and it didn't start till 10:30. I was up till like 1:30 in the morning doing the game.
Yeah, with NBA games though, they always start so late.
Oh yeah, especially for when they go out west and everything like that. Like I think the Hornets are. Let's see, who do we have coming up? We just had the Lakers. Then we played Golden State, Denver. Then we're at. Okay, so we'll go back to Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. So tonight's game, and then we won't play again until Wednesday, and the game's at 7. And we won't have another 10 o'clock game until March. So I'm happy about that.
The problem is, I'm struggling to stay up with NBA. It's almost like soccer now. If you barely touch it, it's a foul.
It's definitely getting a little crazier, but I must say the one thing that I'm seeing with the NBA, and especially with the NFL, we're also starting to see the same thing. The NBA went to, just rain down threes, but the defense went away. Now we're starting to see teams like the Hornets have the number 1 offense in the league, and they actually have a pretty solid defense, and that's not because of, crazy high draft picks or anything like that. It's truly just the dudes playing out of their minds. Like, obviously we added Khan, who changes up the offense quite a bit. I mean, he's probably going to be offensive rookie of the year, even though Cooper Flagg is in this thing. I do think Cooper Flagg will eventually suffer an injury. Maybe he's, just misses 4 or 5 games here or there, and Khan will probably take it from him. But the NBA is getting tough, to be honest with you. I'm always going to stay with my Hornets though, especially because I've been streaming more often. I want to eventually stream 100% of the Hornets games. I would love to do the same thing with the Carolina Hurricanes and the Panthers and everything like that, man. But that means I'm going to be streaming 10 hours a day. Yeah. And I'm not sure if my body can handle that.
I need to start streaming a little bit more because, game streaming.
Of course.
Because my old headset broke and I just got a new one, so I can easily just stream. But problem is, like, little siblings, they're like, "Hey, Nolan." Like,
hey, that's an okay thing. Your siblings are awesome. I know they're a pain now, but I promise they'll be fun later.
Yeah, but I just don't know what to play. Like Arc Raiders. I mean, I can play that.
That's a good one.
I need a main game.
Yeah, that's my problem too. I don't know really what I want to do with it all. I've got my other laptop literally right next to me. I got this one right here all set up for streaming, and I want to see what I can do with it, but I don't know. I thought about playing Madden. I thought about playing NBA 2K, doing all those, but if you're going to do that, man, I'm just going to sit there and play that shit all day long. It's going to be hard to do that. Dude in the comments said our first 4 picks should be defense with a possible wide receiver or offense in the mix. And if Bryce and our offense struggles early next season and we miss the playoffs, we should have to draft a future replacement, period. I do think that happens, period. If Bryce struggles with 20 touchdowns and 3,100, 3,200 yards, I could see a scenario where they draft a quarterback.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think you are right, and that dude is right. It's just...
I don't want to think negatively.
It's just time will only tell, really.
Yep, truly.
Like, Bryce Young is not good with Canales. It might be a coaching problem. So, like, what was that rumor? Like, he's going to get traded to the Rams and he's going to win, like, 3 Super Bowls?
Yep. I definitely could see a scenario where we traded Bryce, but if we're trading Bryce, we're trading him from really good impact player, and we're trading him because it doesn't work. Now, if somebody else thinks that they're going to be able to rebound him, that's great. If he goes to the Rams, I could absolutely see a scenario where he wins a Super Bowl. But if that's the case, then he's going to show the Rams something that he hasn't shown the Panthers so far. Like, and that's the consistency, because to get to the Super Bowl, unless you have the Texans defense, you're not going to be able to get there. You're going to have to, beat it. You're going to have to beat the Saints every year. Or if you go to that division, you got to beat the Cardinals, the Niners, and the Seahawks on a regular basis. Like, that's a much harder division than the NFC South. And at that point, kudos to Bryce if he could do that.
Yeah. Like, I mean, he showed us he can beat the Rams, the Packers, but if he moves to that division, ultimate test right there. Seattle, like what you said, Seattle, San Fran, the only team that he can, like, sweep is the Cardinals.
Yeah, assuming the Cardinals don't get better.
Yeah. Like, going back to what you said with the roller coaster, like, we could beat Green Bay, obviously, but we lose to Arizona week 2.
Yeah, we lose to the Jaguars, who eventually looked good, so I don't necessarily hate that one. But then, you 30-0 the Falcons, who, to be honest, were a higher rated team than the Jaguars coming into the season.
Yeah. Like, I don't have anything about that on my list. But
you good, buddy.
Mainly all I have is players that we need to, like, draft and trade. But with games like that, it's mainly, I know you don't like it, but I think it might be a little bit on Canales, though.
That's fine. I think he bears responsibility. Part of it, at least.
With Canales, some of the games, they're like, oh, this is really good play calling. But the other games is like, what are we doing, Canales? Like, throw the ball.
I agree with some of that. My pushback to that is, just like Derek Brown said in a quote, I think it was last year, the coach can write down whatever he wants, but we have to go out there and execute. And that's where I feel like a little bit of it, because if we gave Bryce Young Ben Johnson, just because he schemes something up doesn't mean Bryce can hit it. Doesn't mean Bryce is going to make the right decision in the moment or whatever. But I will give Canales his, problem. If it was 50, if I had to give it 50-50, I would give it Canales, Bryce Young, because most of the issues lie on the offense. I would just give Bryce Young a tiny bit more because he's the one that has to throw the ball. He's the one that has to make the reads. If Canales is telling him who to throw it to, I have a bigger problem. I have a very big problem if that's the case, actually. But I must say, Canales does deserve pushback. And that's where I feel like it could go south, because if it doesn't go well, he gives it up to Idzik. We saw what Idzik did in preseason. It wasn't good. So then we move to what? You fire Idzik? No, you have Canales take back play calling. Okay, well then now we give Bryce Young that'd be his 6th play caller, right? Because it'd be Frank Reich. It'd be Thomas Brown, Chris Tabor, Dave Canales, and then Idzik. So yeah, he'd be on his 5th play caller in less than 5 years. So I don't love that for him. And obviously that's Carolina not setting him up for success, in my opinion. But it was kind of like the pushback that I gave a lot of people when it came to like, oh, Canales should give it up. It's like, when has Idzik ever proved that he's a good OC? Play calling OC at that. Not even just an OC, but can call plays. We have no idea to base that on. So you give it to him and then we lose by 50. Then what? Then we immediately go turn tail and run right back to Canales and just hope and pray that it doesn't get worse. Like,
yeah. What else can we do?
Yeah, what can we do? And that's the problem. What is there to do with it? What is there to make it all work? I don't know that we have that. And that's the crappy part, because, I want Canales to step up. I want him to do more. I want him to stop being a passive play caller at times by not scheming stuff up down the field. But at the same time, I need Robert Hunt to be healthy, and I need Damian Lewis and all that other stuff. Canales needs to button it up, period.
Yeah, like, I mean, do it. If all, like, shit doesn't work, all hell goes loose, go get what everybody wants and just go get Steve Wilkes. Because, I mean, he had success with us already, but he hasn't had
I don't think Tepper would be willing to go back on it. That's where my thing is going to is like, I don't think he would even bring back a Chris Tabor. I don't think he would bring back any of those Thomas Brown down the road. I don't think he would bring back any of these guys. I feel like he's one of those once you burn the bridge, it's gone. And I think he had the chance to turn to Wilkes, and when he didn't, it would look bad on him to then go years later to then rehire Wilkes. Because then fans would be like, you could have done this years ago.
Yeah, I feel where you're coming from.
It's the same thing with Robbie Chosen Anderson. I would love him to be on this team, but would the franchise be willing to let him come back? Or one of the free agent linebackers, Shaq Thompson. Is there a scenario where he comes back? Probably not. I don't think the franchise really wants to bring back players that were ours. I don't think we would bring back a Clavon Chason or any of those guys. I think they would just, hey, man, we're going to go figure it out with our own guys.
The one thing if we ever do bring back someone, I think we should bring back Luvu, though.
Oh, I loved Luvu, yeah. But he's like what I said earlier. You need those, like, center of the field linebackers. Like the guy that's always going to pop into my brain now that he's on a team that's in limbo, Carson Schlesinger for the Browns. Dude came in as a rookie and had like 130 tackles. I understand that means that he's engaging a lot in the run game. But no offense, they had a pretty solid, middle of the field. The Browns were not just allowing you to run it down their throat or throw it straight over the middle. That's the opposite of what Carolina was doing. Once you got past that first line, it was wide open depending on what happened. And, just like the comment says here, Tepper needs to get over himself. I agree. Tepper's the reason why we have Bryce Young and why Bryce Young is, criticized so much. He's the reason why we fired Reich or hired him for that matter. He's the reason why we didn't retain Wilkes. Like, there's a lot of stuff that is all boiled down to David Tepper. And unfortunately, we can't, launch him into the sun.
The words are like Pat McAfee, launch him into the sun.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There was a scenario or a time where I thought, hey, man, maybe P. Diddy buys the team. That could really help us out. You know what? Given everything that happened, I'm 100% against that now. But you know what? If that would have happened, it would have been a fun few years. Really would have been some fun few years. Cam would have already been in the Ring of Honor. There would have been some cool shit that already happened. But to have the pedo or the not pedo, I'm sorry, that's the wrong guy. What's his name? Baby oil merchant in Diddy. I'm sorry. Then yeah, I don't know if I would want to deal with that. I don't know if I would want to deal with the memes or anything like that of like, we beat the Falcons and all of a sudden somebody puts a Falcon slipping on baby oil or something. Like, I wouldn't want those memes at all. It'd be funny.
We just need Magic Johnson to buy the team.
Yeah, we need an ownership group that could compete with Tepper to take him out of it. I don't think that we look at I don't think we look at an OC at all, obviously. I think it just stays Idzik. I don't see a scenario where Dave gives it away willingly. I feel like it's another Frank Reich situation where he's going to want to hold on to the play calling till the bitter end. And I can't blame him because once you take that away from Canales, what is he? He's a CEO head coach. Like, why did we hire him then? That's not what he was there for. Like, it's not a Dan Campbell hire where he, makes everybody stronger or anything like that. He's just kind of the guy that, to some people's a little bit too passive. Like, what's your thoughts on that? Because that's been a big criticism, is like he's too soft on the players.
Yeah, I mean, he does seem a little bit too soft. Canales does. Like, yeah. That's me coming back. Like, we need someone like Steve Wilkes. It's like, yeah, come on. Or Sean
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell, Sean McVay. We just need someone to fire up the team. Like, bring Cam back, maybe, or like a little mentor.
Put him in the Matt Ryan role.
Yeah, or have a Steve Smith, just someone on the field or in the coaching staff that can bring the players up and just get them like battle ready. If you know.
I agree with you. Yeah, I would love to bring in Luke. Obviously, I think he's coaching like middle school or high school now. He's coaching a lower level thing with Greg Olson and all them. So I like what they're doing there. I would love to add him to the team. I agree with you. I think it'd be really awesome to. The Bears have it on the 2.
Think so. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Go DeAndre Swift. But I don't know. When it comes to the whole Canales thing, I want him to do well, but it's funny enough. Oh, he threw an an incompletion. I thought it was an interception. I was like, damn.
Is it 4th and goal for you, or did they just throw it?
They just threw it.
Oh, I'm behind them.
You should see it any second.
I just saw it.
Okay, yeah, he missed Burden. 2 interceptions this game. Caleb Williams lost this game. Oh, well. That's okay.
Well, I just thought of this dude just to go get him. We should go have Traylon Burks, give him a chance.
You know what? I wouldn't be upset at that. I wouldn't. But the problem is he would be wide receiver 6. He would have to be.
I mean, he would have to have a Jimmy Horn Jr. story when Canales is forced to use him.
Yeah. That might be the case because, like I said earlier, I think Tremaine really earned his wide receiver spot, whether or not that's 4 or 5. At that point, if you're bringing anybody in, they're competing with Horn. Or, hey, if it gets really that bad, Xavier Legette, you're competing with him for, the roster spot. And I just don't know. I think Hollywood Brown would be a good one. I do like your idea, Romeo Dobbs. I think that would work out. We would just have to get him for the right price because we're going to have to pay him.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, we might have to include an Xavier Legette or absolute worst case, and in my opinion, I wouldn't make the trade, a Jalen Coker.
Oh, no, I definitely wouldn't make the trade if Coker was involved.
No, I think he's one of the untouchable ones right now.
Yeah, Coker, with Canales, I think Chuba is untouchable.
Chuba would be a good one to be untouchable because he'd be a great running back too. I mean, he did 2,000 yards in college. So that's definitely something. I just don't know if he's truly an NFL RB1. And that's the hard part because he's a Panther. He was drafted by us, which means I will die by Chuba before I want to trade him. But I also said there could be a scenario where Chuba's on his way out because, Jonathan Brooks comes back and, we drafted, ETN. So he's on a cheap contract and all that. And we don't have to worry about this. Chuba could absolutely go out there and be somebody's RB2. He could be a DeAndre Swift, Kyle Manung guy. He could be a Algier. He could be somebody like that on a team and really contribute.
Yeah, and it showed during this season and part of last season where he might not be the running back one because he's had fumbling issues here or there.
Correct. And yeah, depending on where you're looking at free agent wise, let me see if I pull it back up. One of the ones, obviously, he's going to get tagged or they're going to give him a deal. But it's going to be Breece Hall. He's coming up for a contract. Obviously, I don't think you should go out there and pay Breece Hall. Granted, it says he only gets $10 million. And if you're telling me I only need to pay Breece Hall $10 to $15 million, maybe that is worth it.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not going to lie. That would be worth it.
For
Him
Breece,
or Kenneth Walker. I really like Kenneth Walker.
Or I think we should go out and get Zach Charbonnet.
That's another good one. This one says Travis Etienne is also up for a contract.
Yeah, have Travis and Trevor Etienne.
Yep, with Brooks and everybody. I think that'd be solid. I think it's really going to depend on that running back room is what Jonathan Brooks looks like. But I don't know if we're going to be able to see that before they have to make the decision. Because obviously they're not going to be able to do a whole lot of player stuff until we get closer to the free agency. But even then, I think they're just going to try and supplement the positions we know we have to fill. And that's where, like we talked earlier, linebacker is number one. Edge is probably number 2, and then from there, I really don't care where they go.
Yeah, definitely.
Because even now, if I look at, like we looked at wide receivers earlier, there's some names on here, but again, a lot of the big names are going to get paid big money that we don't have. And then offensive linemen, let's see. Again, another one where you're talking about, 30 plus year old guys getting 10 plus million. I don't know if it's really worth it to bring some of these guys in, especially on longer deals. Like Yosh Nyman's $1 million deal, sure, but Cade Mays are talking about 12 million.
Dang.
This is talking about 5 million less than Tyler Linderbaum.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Linderbaum's only a little bit younger than Cade Mays too, so it wouldn't be necessarily bad. But like, okay, let's see some of the other ones. David Edwards, a guard, 20 million is what they're expecting. Like, some of these guys are still going to be able to get stupid money. I wouldn't mind going out here and get maybe some older guys to supplement in.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, there's definitely some possibilities for this front office. I'm really excited to see. After that Dan Morgan interview that he did with Mac and Bone and everything like that, I definitely think he's got somebody in mind. He mentioned that he wanted a home run threat, and he mentioned obviously pass rush and the depth at offensive line. So we're definitely going to go get something. The more I think about it, I feel like I'm overthinking it. I feel like we just go edge first round and it's done.
Yeah, just get out of the way.
Yeah, like we're going to go out there and get somebody. But again, if we go and look at the draft, let me pull it back up. The big board. Edge. I mean, the ones right now close to us are Cassius Howell or Kendrick Falk. I think both of them would be good. I definitely do not want to take TJ Parker. I have a thing against Clemson players right now. Mainly just edges and interior defensive line. Like, sure, if we could get a Peter Woods, I think that would work out. But again, fans would lose their mind. I do like Romello Height out of Texas Tech. I think he could be a good one. And same thing with Akeem Mesidor, another one that I really like. If we can end up in the second round getting a guy like LT Overton, I would prefer that, but I definitely think he's going to be gone before he comes back to us. And after that, it's really a crapshoot.
These are I don't have the positions, but
No, you're good, buddy.
Where I have drafting Darrell Jackson Jr., I have him, we get him, Logan Jones, Cam Miller, Jahil Hurley, and obviously Jalen Daniels.
Yeah. You've got some solid names on there, man. There's definitely some ones out here that we could go get. I just don't. My concern with taking that first round edge is he needs to be an immediate impact edge. And is that not something? Because so far we haven't seen anybody really explode since maybe Brian Burns. Nobody really has gotten 10 plus sacks for Evero. So I don't see a scenario where all of a sudden we drop some rookie in here and all of a sudden he puts up 12 sacks. If that's the case, we definitely got rookie of the year. But that's what we would need at that point to take him at 19, because if we're passing on him, passing on other guys for a guy like a Romello Height or a Cassius Howell, he needs to win. Like Cassius Howell, the one right now, is the one that a lot of people are mocking to us. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I think he could be awesome. But I just have concerns.
Yeah. Everybody has concerns. My concern right now is oddly, our special teams. Really.
That's a good one.
The Patriots game where we gave it that punt return touchdown to, was it Marcus Jones or whatever their punt return is? Or Trevor, Travis, one of the ETNs, I don't know. Him muffing the
Trevor
punt.
Etienne.
Honestly, I would like to see an ETN and Brooks backfield, but I think ETN needs to not return punts.
I agree. That's where to be honest, I felt like that was Jimmy Horn's job. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was Jimmy Horn's job to lose. I didn't think there was a scenario where ETN would be taking a whole lot of things, but then at the same time, what do I remember? Raheem Blackshear taking punts. So clearly, by the way, shout out to Dom for all the comments in here. He also said go edge or linebacker, safety, DB, then defensive line, wide receiver, tackle, center, quarterback, tight end, running back. I don't even know if we have that many picks. But if we do, I'm totally fine with it. Like I would again, like we talked earlier about running backs, I'd be totally fine with a late round running back. I'd be totally fine with a mid to late round tight end, mid to late round quarterback, center. All these positions I'm totally fine with. My first concern is what do we address in free agency?
Yeah, like who's the very first person that we're gonna go get?
Correct. Yeah, and I feel like that's the one. That's the barometer. That's where we set it. If it's Nakobe Dean, great. We're probably giving him a 4-year, $14 to $18 million deal, so he's going to be a little bit on the higher end, but he fills in a position of need. He can be a coverage linebacker. Then we supplement maybe a third-round wide receiver, or I'm sorry, a later drafted wide receiver, so we don't have to pay them in free agency. And then we pick up one or two people on the offensive line, because if we're going to extend Cade Mays, we have that's going to come out of the capital that we have for free agency.
Definitely, yeah.
So I'm not really sure how they're going to do it, but they're going to have to pull off a pretty crazy turnaround, because like you said, setting up, oh, hey man, we're going to be better. Man, I hope that they do. I really hope.
It is going to be embarrassing if we do regress a little bit when Dan Morgan said we're in win now mode. That's very embarrassing look on him and the organization.
100%. Dom said Jimmy Horn should be at least receiving punts. Yeah, we talked about that one. I was just concerned about the muff, just like Nolan was. Etienne should just be kick returner. And then he's talking about Klein, the tight end from Michigan. Again, I'm totally fine with that. But if we're going to get a Klein or any of those other guys, if we're not getting Kenyon Sadiq, then we are choosing to take a tight end that is going to be blocking equal to or more than he's going to be receiving the ball. Because to be honest, I feel like we already have a guy that could do that at a high level on the roster. And that's Mitchell Evans. Like, we don't need him. He doesn't need to be 1,000-yard receiver or anything like that. If he gets me 500 yards on the season, I'm happy.
Or if worse comes to worse and he doesn't work, we can just go. Well, I think we could, and I want us to go get Darnell Washington off the Steelers.
Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Love him.
And I think it'll be easy to get because they already got Johnny Smith and Freiermuth, and then Darnell Washington, and boom, fifth round pick, fourth round pick.
I think you can get him for a fifth or a sixth, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you'd have to go fourth.
We can't treat it like it's Madden, like seventh round pick, take it or leave it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I wish we could. But I don't think they're going to accept that one. Yeah, he's another good one. I love what he could do. Big, huge body, absolutely blow people over. Freiermuth could be another one that we could, to be honest, go out there and try and find. I'm trying to see if maybe I could just pull up all the tight ends.
Or we can go get Cole Kmet.
That'd be another one. Yeah, because Colston Loveland's the future of that team. I don't care what anybody says. NFL tight end rankings. Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of them. There's a few tight end twos out there we might be able to go grab and stuff like that. I just don't know.
Michael Mayer.
That's a good one. I'm trying to see. Yeah, the Chargers have Oronde Gadsden, so their tight end position's done. Oh, Isaiah Likely.
Yeah.
What am I thinking of? That's another good one. I do like Chig Okonkwo.
Noah Gray.
Noah Gray is another good one. Yeah, Pat Freiermuth seems to be another one that would be up there. That would be good. This one is already having Max Clare and Eli Stovers being rated close to Tucker Kraft and Sam Laporta.
Ooh.
This one says Darnell Washington was tight end 40 behind Jatavian Sanders. That's a little sad.
Oh, 4th and 4 for Chicago.
Uh-oh. I turned it off. Let's see. Let's go back. It's not over? I thought it was over. It is not over. Oops. 4th and 4. Rams timeout. Oh, no. Oh, no. If they tie this up, that would be epic. If they beat them the way that they beat the Packers.
Or if they got the balls to do it, go for 2 and win it.
Yep. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at this point, Matt Stafford's played like shit. 17 of 36, no touchdowns. Like,
not good.
No. But the guy that's actually the leading tackler on their team right now, Cameron Curl, 6 solo tackles. He's the one that's up for free agency. I would go get him free safety, 6'2", 205.
Yeah. Or
I'm totally fine with that.
I would love it if we go do it and go get Jeremy Chin back. But with Evero's system, like, you didn't know what to do with him.
Yeah, and that's the problem when I feel like Evero is put this team in a horrible situation, not because of his own doing. I mean, a little bit. I'm not going to lie, but he needs to step up some way. Obviously, we saw a lot of interceptions this year, so no offense, he did come up on that side of the ball. But there was moments where like we just straight up could not get any pressure, and you can't do that in the NFL. We can't allow a guy to just sit back there. But not just that.
Sorry.
Did he get it?
He got it. Nicole Komet.
Oh my God! Yeah, just updated right now. 14-yard touchdown to Cole Komet. Oh my God!
I saw he went like 15 yards backwards, and Caleb just threw it up.
Damn. Yeah, I don't care what anybody says. I know the criticism of like, oh, Carolina could have had him. Don't get me wrong. I would have loved to have Caleb Williams. Man, he's playing good. Like, he's a good quarterback. He's exactly what the Bears needed.
For how fruity he looks, we all got to admit he can play some football.
Oh, yeah. Did you see what they were doing on TikTok as a trend for the game?
They're painting their fingernails, right?
Yeah, I saw that, where everybody was going out and getting mani-pedis, and I was laughing my ass off. I thought that was so funny. But yeah, I mean, two back-to-back seasons, he's regressed in completion percentage, but man, what a comeback. Holy crap. I thought it was over. I was like, man, I'm about to get a notification the Rams are going to the championship game, and that's it. But nope.
I would like to see Bears versus Seattle, but with the Rams, they've already beaten them once. It's already going to be a good game with Rams and Seattle.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't want to see Rams Seattle again, but I don't know if the Bears can realistically even compete with Seattle. Like, I genuinely feel like it's Seattle's to lose. Like, now I got to look. Did Seattle play the Patriots this year? There's no way. They played our division. They didn't. I was just trying to see. I was just like, okay, is this one of the weird ones where they got to play them? I don't see a scenario. Oh, so they took the points. Okay, they took the point.
Yeah.
That's a good choice. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they really had a game, New England, where I feel like they blew anybody out. Even this Texans game, it was way too close for way too long. Stroud genuinely lost them that game.
New England blew us out of the water.
Yeah, but now looking back on it, New England, might be in a Super Bowl, so I'm not necessarily upset at it. And same thing with losing to Seattle. I'm not mad at it if the two teams that beat us both go to the Super Bowl. So,
yeah,
I'll be pretty happy about that one. I don't know. My biggest fear for the draft is that a lot of the guys that we've been talking about this entire time are gone. Mekhi Lemons, the Kenyon Sadiqs, even some of the guys that I like on the offensive line, Cassius Howell and a lot of the good edges are gone. And we're truly in this weird place where like CJ Allen's the best linebacker. I don't want us to take CJ Allen or an Anthony Hill Jr. or another linebacker that maybe is a combine warrior that they decide to take over, a better player. I truly think it should be BPA regardless of position. And if that position's corner, if that position unfortunately is tackle, and it's truly just, Caleb Lomu sitting there, okay, cool. Yeah, the guy who was the consensus number one tackle coming into college football ends, being the first tackle taken off the board. Sure, I would be totally down with that. I just don't want us to overcommit to a guy that doesn't deserve it. Or like we take KC Concepcion. I see that he's a guy rising up people's boards. Like if he ends up having a 4.3 or a 4.41, he's probably going to go top 10. But still, there was Xavier Legette fell to the Chiefs. What's a scenario where a guy like that falls to Carolina and then they go, yeah, we're just going to take him?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I want to give Bryce more options, but I feel like we give him more options by improving the offensive line and giving him more time to throw. That's it. Like if we can give him a better offensive line, a more consistent offensive line, one that he can trust, I feel like that's the way to succeed. obviously, if you add JMO or if you add one of those guys, Romeo Dobbs, which again, I'm going to keep bringing up. I'm totally down with that as well. It just means that we compromise in other places. And if we're doing that, we have to trade Robert Hunt.
Yeah, or worst comes to worst, we trade Damian Lewis. It's either one or the other that we're going to trade.
I would trade the older guy. I would trade Robert Hunt.
Yeah, just so because, all right, he's already 30. He's maybe got 5 years or so left. Maybe go give him another team where you get some compensation out of it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We wouldn't need a lot for him. Like if we're talking about a team that would need a guard, good guard too. I'm not going to scoff at a guy like Robert Hunt. I really appreciate what he's contributed to the team. But we're talking about maybe him, Xavier Leggett, and a later pick, and we go out and steal somebody's, Romeo Dobbs equivalent, somebody that's maybe still under contract, somebody like that. I would be down. I can't really think of anybody that's coming to thing like obviously JMO. I wouldn't scoff at an Isaac Tesla, though I think the compensation would be a lot less. Let's see what Dom said. How long is enough time to see if a quarterback will be the guy? That's a great question. Yeah, how long should you give a quarterback? It depends on your ownership, to be honest. But to be honest, yeah, 4 years. If he's playing on his 5th year, it's because he was good enough, but not good enough.
Yeah.
Like your guy is like kind of in the middle. And the problem with the NFL is if you have that guy in the middle, you might be stuck in the middle for a long time. Like Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones.
I hate but Goff also.
Goff for years. There's so many guys that just, man, in the right situation work. But then at the same time, you're sitting there looking back on it and like, would you take Jared Goff now? Yeah, I would. Jared Goff is pretty good. He's thrown like 5,000 yards multiple times or just shy of it. Jared Goff is a pretty good quarterback. But Jared Goff was not for the majority of his career. So I think maybe what we're seeing now with Baker and Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones and this resurgence later on is that guys need to deal with adversity. I think a Bryce Young could rebound and be a top flight quarterback because if he's forced and somebody goes, you're not good enough for a long-term deal. And then he has to go head in hand to another place and rebuild himself essentially. Like, I don't think that you can say that Daniel Jones does what he did with the Colts if he stays with the Giants. I feel like him leaving, going to be with KOC and the Vikings and going to these different places is how those quarterbacks develop, not just sitting in the same system with the same guy. Because most of the time, if they're doing that, if you ever stand with the same coach, the same quarterback, the same everything, you guys are winning at a decent clip. Like you're not losing, you're not winning 4 games because everyone's going to get fired if that's the case. So yeah, I agree with you. It's got to be 4 years. If you're going to 5, there's something wrong that you're trying to figure out.
Yeah, totally. I just out of his name as a quarterback. What about Aiden O'Connell?
AOC could be a good one. I think that if we're talking about those though, I think we go Kenny. I would put Kenny Pickett over AOC. Yeah. And I would put Sam Howell over AOC. Barely. But
what if we got like a guy like Geno, though?
Geno could be a fun one, but I feel like the Canales connection is too on the nose. And plus, I think, doesn't Geno still have a contract?
They're like 3 years.
Yeah. Because if that's the case, then we would also have to, I guess they would have to pay some of it. Oh, it was a 2-year, $75 million, average of 37. You would be able to do Geno for 1 year because they would be paying the majority of the contract. But his cap hits $26 million.
Oh.
So, like, again, I think they would have to pay the majority of that. So I think if we took him now, we would be able to pay him the minimum, and then they would compensate him the rest. I would be down with that, but that would be more on, does Geno want to come here? And if that's the case, no offense, Geno's good. Why don't we just bite the bullet and go get Russell Wilson if that's the case? Like, if I want a mentor for Bryce Young, which is what Geno would be, why don't I just go get the mentor, the guy that was with Canales and, knows all the quirks and knows all the Pete Carroll-isms and knows all those things that now you'd be able to do something with it. Like,
If we want just a fun guy to throw out there, if we want someone other that has no ties with Canales, Jameis Winston.
I love Jameis. Yes, go get me Jameis. Go get me Mac Jones at this point. Mac Jones could be a serviceable backup. Oh, here we go. Dom said AOC said that he can make every throw, but it just wasn't good enough from what we saw. Yeah, I don't think it's the problem of just can make every throw, because I think Bryce can pretty much make every throw, barring some deep balls, like deep balls. Aaron Rodgers 80-yard kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Bryce, there's only like 5 guys in the NFL that can throw that. So I'm not going to hold that against Bryce. But when it comes to most of the passes, Bryce can. I actually brought it up. I'm going to have to find the clip now that I keep bringing it up. But did you see the one where Jake Delhomme said that he wishes somebody would step on Bryce Young's ankle?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I agree with Jake Delhomme so much, because that was exactly what I said. Is I was like, man, if you go look at Bryce Young once he was hurt, where he was like, I can't scramble. He was just like, I got to get the ball out. I got to get the ball out. And he was getting it to people on time. And that's where I feel like he struggles. And that's where I feel like a guy like Geno could benefit. But Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, true veterans, guys that have been on more than one team, can tell him, like, you can't be doing this shit. You can't be like tippy-toeing in the pocket and all this stuff. You got to plant your feet and you got to get the ball out quickly. If you're not going to do that, you have to think of where the ball going ASAP, because him forcing the ball at times is why the ball ends up in the wrong hands or just ends up incomplete. My biggest criticism of Bryce was the stupid passes, the dump off pass to Chuba or Rico, where it's like a full yard ahead of him almost, and he's like having to put his hands completely out there to get the ball. And then people go, oh, he dropped it. It's like, no, the ball should have been thrown better. He should have also caught it, don't get me wrong, but the ball should have been thrown better. And that's why I feel like those guys could tell him, like, this is the moment where you just got to get him the ball and let him make the play.
I just thought of another veteran. Mariota would fit perfectly with Bryce.
Perfect. Yes. Another guy that's been to a few places. 100%. I'm totally down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to think of true other veterans they have now. Yeah, because I'd be totally fine with all that. I don't really care. I just need somebody that, again, isn't going to like take the job from him. That'd be a good one. Joe Flacco. Totally fine with that.
Flacco.
Tyrod. I wouldn't hate that.
Who else would be a good one out there? Stidham? Not really.
Nah. This one has, okay, so here's some of the names. Well, I'll skip over the ones we've already talked about for the most part. We got Zach Wilson left. We got Aaron Rodgers. Again, I think Aaron Rodgers is either going to retire or go to somebody else. There's no way he comes to Carolina. Joe Flacco could be interesting. Jimmy Garoppolo could be fun. Trubisky, Case Keenum, Trey Lance. I'm not necessarily a Trey Lance fan. Josh Johnson, even though he's 40. Brandon Allen, Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz could be cool, but he just messed his shoulder up, so he's probably out for a while. Kyle Allen, Teddy Two Gloves, Brett Ripien, Minshew, and Skylar Thompson. Now, obviously, most of those are pretty mid at best. But yeah, the true like voices, I'm totally down with that. Mariota's actually a good one, actually.
Because he's built like Bryce. And
and not just that, but he's mobile. And that's what Bryce is. He's not a mobile thrower, but he's a mobile quarterback.
I just thought Cooper Rush would be a good one.
That'd be another good one, yeah. Like I said, I'm down with any of these. It's just at what cost and when are they making this decision? Because I don't want Andy Dalton back. Dalton's got to go. I think that's a given at this point.
Mason Rudolph would be a good one.
I like Mason Rudolph. I like Josh Downs, the Pastronaut. I think that could be an interesting one. Jacoby Brissett. Any of these guys that were retreads other places that are serviceable. Because to be honest, if Bryce goes down, we're up Schitt's Creek without a paddle.
Yeah, that's fun.
Like, unless it happens week 10, 12, like we are in trouble. Let's see. Dom said, think if we kept our players and just drafted top talent. Yeah. Trust me, I don't even want to go down the if we did this, what could have we have done? Because if that's the case, I'm going to start in the 2024 draft. The draft right after Bryce. Because I feel like we screwed him so many times. And yeah, Dom said we passed up on so much talent in a draft over the past decade. That's insane. Yeah, I agree. And the problem is we're going to keep doing that if we can't just hit this first pick. Again, if we flub this number 19 pick, we're in another, issue area. Because the other thing that people don't think about is with that Caleb Williams trade, we traded away that first round pick, which means we didn't take a first round that year. We didn't add a top flight talent like we should have. Like, we just need it. We need it right now. I need a pass rusher. I need a linebacker. I need a free safety. I basically need some of the most important positions on the team. And yes, just like Dom said, Mr. Clipboard, Andy Dalton needs to go.
Is it Red Rifle, Red Rocket? One of those.
Yeah, the Red Rifle.
Red Rifle. There we go.
Yeah, he was fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. For the Bengals for years, he was awesome. But it's just at the point now where he's just not. And that's okay. I think it's best that he moves on. I think it's best he go retire as a Bengal. I can't even think of who their backup is now. Now I'm going to go pull it up. Joe Flacco. Yeah, it is Joe Flacco right now.
Flacco, then Browning. Yeah.
Yeah, Flacco and Browning. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think he could go back there for 1 year and moonlight as a Bengal before he retires. I think that'd be cool.
Who's the backup for Cam Ward?
Cam Ward, that's a great question. Speaking of, he had a great rookie season. I was down on him. It's Brandon Allen and Will Levis.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad with the Levis.
I wouldn't either. My problem is there's a big, and this was one of the pushbacks I got from Rob and Zach with Sam Howell. Is if I bring in Sam Howell, there's a big part of the fan base that wanted him anyways in the draft. And there's a big part of the fan base that, of course, goes Duke versus UNC. So they're going to want to bring in a local guy, the whole bit. And they're going to be a very vocal bunch pushing against Bryce. The people that want him. And I feel like it would be the same thing with Will Levis, because there was a lot of people, especially for the Panthers, that wanted us to take Will Levis in that draft. Thank God we didn't. But
watch it back, Matt Corral.
Yeah, Matt Corral is another name that always comes up. Or, God, what's his name? Not Matt Corral. Oh, my God. There was another. PJ Walker's another name that always comes up.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Why don't we keep Bryce Perkins? Oh, yeah. We let crack Jack Plummer. Yep. That was terrible. Jack Plummer's another bad one. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I feel like a lot of those decisions that the team has made in the quarterback position by keeping Andy was to insulate Bryce. Like, it wasn't to threaten Bryce. It wasn't to do anything like that. Like, I feel like they did enough threatening with Bryce Young that it doesn't need to be said anymore. If Bryce, and that's where I feel like he pulls back. He puts himself in situations or doesn't throw the ball in certain situations and allows the game to go on when it shouldn't. Because he's worried. If he goes and has a Stroud game like this, 5 fumbles, he's getting benched.
Yeah. Your guy just picked off the ball, Cameron Curl.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, Cam Curl's going to get paid now.
Yeah. I just thought it was for a cornerback situation. What we get, like Greg Newsome.
See, I love that. I love that pick because we don't need a guy to come in and get high-level snaps. So we don't necessarily need a younger guy. We can get a guy that's a little bit older. So I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
Or, we just played the Rams. Who's their corner?
Oh, that's a great question. Let's see which one we're talking about.
I
want to say Akella Witherspoon, but that's the kid from the Seahawks.
I saw him get drafted too because I was at that NFL draft when Bryce Young got drafted.
Oh, you were? Nice.
Yeah, I was there. I wasn't with like the groups like Panthers cheer, Chiefs cheer. I was in the back, but still near the front. Nice.
Yeah, it was Akella Witherspoon. He is on this team. They got Kobe Durant, Emmanuel Forbes Jr., Darian Kendrick. Forbes is a good one. There's a lot of them, to be honest. There was a guy that I think he's on the Lions. Let me see if I can pull it up now. And I'm sorry to anybody if they're watching me click through all this stuff. Is he on this? Yeah, Ennis Rakestraw, a guy that came out of the draft that I really liked. 5'11" corner out of Missouri, 2nd round pick. He got hurt. They're not going to trade him. It is what it is. But he was a guy that I really loved coming out of it, because in my opinion, we need a more physical corner. That's what I really liked about J.C. Horn coming out. He was a, man, get in your face, shut down corner. And that's where I feel like we need something. But if we're doing that, that means Mike Jack is wide receiver, cornerback 3 at that point. Because if we're going to get a first or a second round cornerback, he's playing, period.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and Caleb Williams has 3 interceptions and he's about to lose on a field goal. I feel bad for Bears fans.
I do not like the Bears just because of that Bryce Young trade.
To be honest, I don't disagree with you. If I had to pick a second franchise, though, it would be the Bears, because the Bears are another franchise that's like hasn't been to the promised land in a really long time. And if you're going to be that fan that suffers along with them, you get to enjoy the spoils along with them.
Yeah.
And that's where, like I've always said, whenever I picked my teams, because I was a Hornets fan for many, 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 many years, like for a very long time. They were my first big NBA team. And then I said, if I ever had to pick a better franchise, I would go with the Knicks, which of course both franchises suck. So, or have sucked, I should say, for years. Whereas the same thing in football. I wouldn't want to, if I had to, gun to my head, switch my franchise, I wouldn't pick an Eagles. I wouldn't pick a Chiefs. I wouldn't pick a franchise that's like constantly in it. I want to suffer along everybody else. So that's why when the time comes that we get to the promised land, I can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because if Bryce Young ever wins a Super Bowl, I'll be right there enjoying it with everybody else. I'm a Panthers fan first, Hornets fan first. It doesn't matter. I want the team to win.
Yeah, like sorry, it's chewing, but
you're good, buddy.
Like what you said, if worse comes to worse, like the Panthers were forgotten from the NFL.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick a second team, it'd probably be the Jets.
There you go.
Because honestly, like they look really fun, like having like the best time of their life. So it's gonna be like, I don't know, like maybe another 20 years or something until they're good again.
Yep.
But
the Jets seem cursed.
Yeah, it's either gonna be the Jets or the Washington.
I like the Commanders a lot. Yeah, they're a good franchise, especially with the new ownership group. I like how they've changed everything around.
Yeah, before they had Stafford, I would have been a Rams fan.
See, I like that as well. You just said Stafford to Adams. What just happened?
I got my big TV in the very back. It's 3rd and 6.
Okay. Oh, it must have been something else. It must have been the toe tap catch. That's what it was. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes forever to update on my phone. I agree. I wouldn't want to pick a franchise that like is succeeding all the time. And I know that sounds terrible, but I would want it to win. I would want to be there. Like if I ended up becoming a Bears fan, like I'd want to go to Bears games, do the whole bit, like enjoy it. And that's why now I say, like, just enjoy your team. It doesn't matter if you win 10 games or a Super Bowl. The whole point is that you go to games, you talk to people that enjoy the team. I feel like it's a lot more than just a sport. It's a community. Yeah. And that's where I feel like more than anything, it just needs to be done. I agree. The franchise fundamentally changed it with the Caleb Williams trade. I mean, they even call them the Cardiac Bears now, which, no offense, fuck you guys. Yeah. But I want the Bears to suck, but man, Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, DJ Moore, the defense, Luther Burden now, like they've got guys. It's kind of like the Bryce situation. Is Bryce the issue or is Canales? Is Caleb Williams the issue? Or is it Ben Johnson? Because I know we can say Ben Johnson is this great person and everything like that, but he played with Jared Goff and the stacked Lions. It's not like he, rebuilt the Titans to a 10-win team. So I do give him a little bit more credit. Just like, again, I give Bryce the credit for winning 8 games. But yeah, if I had to switch teams, it would be the Bears.
Yeah.
Because I've thought about that too. I wouldn't want to go in division. I wouldn't want to go like Titans or any of those teams. I'm not going to be a Texans bandwagoner. Jacksonville's good now. Wouldn't want to go to them. So yeah, there's only a few teams that you realistically could go to. And man, the Jets is actually a solid one. You're going to suffer though.
Jets are. I'm either picking the Jets, the Rams before Stafford.
Yep.
Or the Giants. Or
Giants would be a great one. Yeah, Giants. They got Harbaugh now. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah, Dart and Scatterboo with Harbaugh.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. Scatterboo is going to be a crazy pick for fantasy.
But he's going to be hurt for like a little bit of it, so that's going to be the problem.
Oh, he's still going to be hurt even at the start of this? Oh, that's right. You're right, because he blew out his whole knee and everything like that, right?
Yeah. Same with
Damn. Yeah, I don't. And again, I wouldn't want to go to Arizona. That would be a shitty team. I'm trying to look at all the teams now. Yeah, definitely none of those. I would never be a Cleveland fan. Hell no. Raiders, no way. Chargers suck. Hell no. Yeah, it would have to. Yeah, I agree. Giants, Jets, Bears. It's crazy that both New York teams are so bad.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, yeah, like that's bananas. Okay, it looks like the Rams are going to close this out.
Yeah.
Kick the field goal, be done with it. 3rd and 7, incomplete pass. Okay, here comes the kick. Oh, well.
It misses it. Oh, no.
Imagine. Oh, my God. Dude, that was... They, did you hear about the, what was it? The owner of the Ravens went out and talked in a press conference because he hasn't talked on a press conference since 2018.
Damn.
Which, by the way, I wish he could be my owner. Because my owner can never dodge a podium. But he hasn't done anything since 2018. And he went up there and they asked him if Harbaugh had beat the Steelers and the kick goes through, is he still coaching this team? And he said, for at least another week, which means he was already telling him like Super Bowl or get out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's over. Hit the field goal. R.I.P. Damn.
I don't think it should be cool if we had the thicker kicker.
I loved him coming out. He would have been awesome. To be honest, I really like our kicker now. Fitzgerald, for a rookie, he did really well.
Yeah.
He was one of the reasons that I said the special teams just got better, period. And now as we go forward, like you said, we need that special teams returner. If it's not going to be ETN, we need just a bunch of different things. But hey, Fitzgerald is a good start.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't draft him like the Ravens did. Which, speaking of, I took him in so many, Tyler Loop, in so many of my drafts, especially dynasty drafts, because I was like, there's no way this dude can suck, right? Drafted kicker.
I took Aubrey.
Did you? That's a good one. Aubrey's a great pick.
I won my fantasy league. I won the championship.
Congratulations, Nolan. Nice.
Yeah. $220.
Nice. I only won one of mine. And I ended up doing less of them this year. I had to. I was just too busy. And I only won one of mine. I was really sad about it. I ended up getting into a Panthers one with a bunch of other Panthers creators. Bro, I ended up in 10th out of 10th. It was so bad. My entire team literally fell to pieces.
I only did 2. My second one was all with my buddies, and I made it to the playoffs as the very last seed.
Wow, nice. That was one of mine. I ended up in a championship game in a 32-team league. 32-team dynasty at that, and made it to the championship.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, I was so mad when I lost, but I was like, whatever, because I was leading for like the first maybe few hours, and then it just all came apart. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. Where the hell is it? Okay, here we go. My 32-team league. Let's see. I ran. Oh, this is my. I ended up getting. Unfortunately, I ended up in a best ball one. That was fucking terrible. Never getting a best ball. I hate it. Okay, so my thing for 32 man, they have a running back slot, 2 wide receivers, a tight end. Then they have 3 wide receiver, running back, or tight end positions. And then they have the one that's wide receiver, running back, tight end, or quarterback. So obviously you play a quarterback there. And then they have 2 linebackers, 2 DBs, and an IDP.
Damn.
So any defensive player you want. So my team that made it to the championship was Ashton Ginty, Emeka Egbuka, Xavier Leggett, Daniel Bellinger, Tyrone Tracy, Rico Dowdle, Jalen Warren, Caleb Williams, and then my defensive players went, again, Carson Sweshinger, dude carried me for so long, Nate Hobbs and Malachi Starks, Chop Robinson, Rashawn Gary, D. Winters, Jordan Davis. And I've got some guys on the bench like a Jahad Campbell, a Jordan Fuller. I got Jerzon Newton, who if I would have played him, if I would have played that dude in the championship, I would have won by 40. He put up 45 points by himself. So in this league, I was so mad that I benched him. And then I've got a few other ones. I traded away some picks. But yeah, I literally have 1.31 in the draft. I'm like, man, I would have rather sucked. But yeah, now next year I got to rebound, see exactly what happens. Obviously, I like, to be honest, where my team is at. The one that really let me down was Xavier Leggett. I did think that he would finally take a step forward, but man, he is just not.
I gotta go through this real quick. Now I gotta hop off. I got some shit.
You're good, buddy. You're good, buddy. I you know what, dude, we've been talking for over 2 hours. I appreciate you and your time. Do whatever you need to do and everything.
It's because my phone's about to die. But
okay.
See if I can team. So it's Drake May, Rico Dowdle, Gibbs, JSN, Mike Evans, Trey McBride. I know there's somebody else. Diggs. I had like the Browns defense for a little bit, and then Brandon Aubrey.
Dude, you smoked it. I faded Puka in all of my drafts because I was like, bro, I was worried about the Stafford injury. Everybody kept talking about his back. Same thing with JSN. I was like, man, it's Darnold. Do I trust Darnold? But I was like, you know what? I got him in a few of my leagues. But in my big ones, like especially the one that I did that was paid, that was a redraft, I faded both of them, and I feel so stupid for it. In my what's it called? In my 32 one that I just showed you or just told you about, my first pick was Caleb Williams at 31.
My first pick was Gibbs.
See, that would have been great. And I had the option of taking like Trey McBride, I think it was, or somebody like a big time tight end. I can't remember which one it was. It might have been Trey or Laporta. But I was like, nah, man, if I'm going to do this, because I was like, by the time it gets back to me, I'm not going to be able to draft shit. So I was like, if I'm going to take my quarterback, I'm going to have the courage of my convictions. I think Caleb's going to be good. And he ended up being good. Maybe not sixth, overall worth it, because he ended up, let's see, quarterback. Of course, it doesn't tell me now that the season's over. But I want to say he was like top 10 quarterback. So it ultimately ended up working out, but I could have gotten Drake May way later.
Yeah, I got Drake May in like the 6th round.
Oh, I wish. If you ever want to truly pull your hair out or just really want to mess with people, join a 32-man league. I joined one on Sleeper, 2 years ago, and that's when I've gotten like my desire to be in them. Now I do 15 32-man leagues. Bro, they're so much fun because then you're like, oh my God, I have Tyson Bagent as my backup and all this. Like it legit feels like you're running a team sometimes where you're just like, man, I got to look for my wide receiver 3, my wide receiver 4. I got to get this guy in here as opposed to, I got Puka and I got JSN or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I got to hop off, man. My phone's about like 2.
You're good, buddy. I really appreciate you, Nolan. Hopefully you have a great rest of the night, bud.
Oh, you too, man. Have a good one.
Absolutely, man. See ya. Okay, guys. So, yep, that's it. That was Nolan. Shout out Nolan for coming to hang out. I appreciate you. Shout out Dom for being in the comments tonight. This Hornets game has got 5 minutes left, so we're going to be hanging out till the end of it. I'm going to end it soon after that Hornets game, probably give it an extra 5 minutes, go over the stats from the game, have a few conversations about it, and then we can get it rolling. Again, I appreciate everybody for coming by. I've had a ton of people in here. Thank you again. I've been really enjoying doing this. I've been watching the Hornets game. Eventually, I'm going to find a way to pipe in the audio or something. But in the meantime, I am just happy to be here. I'm happy to be enjoying some Panthers talk, some Hornets basketball. I mean, it's a good day to be. Oh my God, the deep 3 by Pat. Holy, what a shoot. Holy crap. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger for you. Boop. Let's see. Make this take up more of the screen. There we go. Boom. Now we got it bigger on the screen. 102.76 is the score right there. Box score so far. Look at all those pluses. Look at that. We are killing it. Dom, I really appreciate you, dude. I've just tried to make it a little bit easier. In the future, I'm going to be putting this link in the comments. So, Dom, if you ever want to come on and talk, by all means, gladly have you in here. Don't even have to be on camera. Completely come in here and enjoy it. And we are playing the Nuggets tonight. It should be on screen just in case you can see it. And then the next game we play is against the Cleveland Cavaliers at Cleveland. So, yeah, it is going to be a good one. Other than that, though, while we wait on this, obviously we're going to do a quick mock. Might as well end it with a mock. Get it ready. It's got 3 minutes left on the game. Got a lot going on. Trey Mann obviously made that 2-point shot. Team overall put in the backup. We're just trying to get this game over with. I can never say his name. Tijane Saloon. I always just call him Saloon, like saloon doors. Sion obviously out there. 0 for 3. Not like him. He had a better game when I streamed against the Lakers, actually. Funny enough. So far, if you're a Hornets fan, we are 2-0 when I stream. So let's hope it continues against the Cleveland Cavaliers on Wednesday. And I think it starts at 7 or 8. So that'll be perfect time to stream. Kalkbrenner makes a tip-in shot like that. 6 of 7, 13 points, 6 rebounds, an assist, and a foul. But yeah, so I'm gonna be doing this on the regular. I appreciate you, Dom. I'm gonna probably be trying to stream at least once a day, if not longer, especially as time goes on. Try to get some stuff figured out in my personal life. Just moved down here. As you can see, the new setup. Previously, I was in Colorado. Then we moved to the New England area, and now I'm bought a house in Florida. So I finally completed my circle or half circle around the United States. And now I'm a little bit closer to my Hornets. I'm a little bit closer to my Panthers. I'm a lot closer to family, both on my side and my wife's. So I'm very thankful for that. And overall, I'm happy to be here. Again, I'm happy to also see a lot of winning football, a lot of winning basketball, all of it in Carolina. But man, what a horrible loss for the last time the Rams won a Super Bowl. Cooper Kupp was the MVP. Whew. And the last 2 games are Drake May at Jared Stidham and Stafford at Darnold. Oh my God. What are we living in? Oh, somebody says, I know. If he's got to go, he's got to go. It's not Bryce holding the offense back. Man, I'm not going to get into it with people. It is positivity. Positivity until... Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I just need to create a new thing, dude. Appreciate you, Dom. Yeah, you got to take care of business. It's kind of crazy out here. I think I should promote the... You know what? It doesn't matter. We're all Carolina Panthers fans. We all want to sit here and enjoy ourselves. We all want to have fun. We don't need all this animosity. We don't need all this negativity. Let's just move forwards. Let's make sure that not only we're supporting each other, but we're supporting the team. I may not agree with the quarterback. I may not agree with the head coach. I may not agree with the point guard or the center. I'm not sure, whatever you want to go. But at the end of the day, it's facts, dude. Carolina first. Charlotte first. It doesn't matter about anybody else. I want to get wins. It's not about, personal stats. Obviously, I'd like to see guys win. Oop, Kalkbrenner goes up for a nice dunk on my screen. I mean, overall, this is just a good time to be a fan of Carolina sports. And obviously, with the free agency coming forwards, there's a lot more to be had. We only got about a minute left in this game. I already got the mock draft simulator up. I'll do the full 7 rounds, and I'm going to do a no trade. I'm not going to do trades because if I do trades, we're going to be here all day. I'm going to trade out of every pick. We're going to amass so much draft capital. Carolina's not going to know what to do with it. So with that in mind, I'm just going to do a no trade. Got 59.4 seconds left on this. Let me make sure I check in on my Real app. Shout out John Real. I really wish I would have gotten his referral code, but guess not. Let's see. Got to check in the Blazers game. Oh, they're doing good. Raptors, Lakers. Let's see. Yep, game's pretty much over. It's weird. This one says 37 seconds. Oh, it finally caught up. Okay, cool. Yep, we're just waiting for this. Like I said, I just want to make sure it hits triple zeros before we get out of here. Yep, he makes a dunk. Let's go Ryan Kalkbrenner, 17 points. We'll go over the season stats real quick, and then we'll jet on over there. We'll do the draft before we get out of here. It's going to be a good one. Again, I sincerely appreciate my guy, Nolan. Nolan, I have met with you twice now. You are an awesome kid, and I'm really happy to bring you on here, man. The Carolina Panthers are an awesome organization. We've got great fans in there. If you don't already, make sure you follow his name down there Nolan McVeigh, a.k.a. the Autistic Panthers Fan. He has some great content, and you know what? He's Carolina first, just like I am. So with that, let's get this one over with. Yep, I can't believe that Bo Nix is hurt either. But end of the fourth, it is finally over. Let's check those team stats real quick. 49, so a whole 9% better shooting. 11 of 34. Oh, my God. 8 of 38. No wonder the Nuggets lost. Free throws 11 of 13 versus 15 of 18. Not too bad. Pretty close. 52 rebounds to 29. No wonder you guys lost. Nikola Jokic was missed in this game for the Nuggets. Assists, obviously, we assist the ball at a very high rate. I really appreciate that. They do beat us in steals and blocks, but it is what it is. We had more total turnovers. So, yeah, don't love that, but it is what it is. Fast break points, they beat us out a little bit. Really crushed them in the paint. No Nikola Jokic really showed. Fouls, nothing too crazy. It's our largest lead. They never led the game. Oh, my. So 99% led. Wow. So we were tied at one point. Okay. Absolutely crazy night for the Hornets. Back-to-back wins for me streaming. So let's get it. Let's get this mock going. We're doing a Carolina 7-round draft. Let's go. Let's get this. Obviously, a lot of the big names we know are going to be gone. I'm not trading. Let's go see who we missed out on. Mendoza goes 1. Cade Klubnik goes 2. No way. If that happens in real life, I will laugh so hard. Malagoa is a fantastic pickup for Arizona. Kendrick Falk is exactly what they need, an edge rusher. Jordan Tyson, good one. I do like that for the Giants. That gives Harbaugh another weapon with Malik Neighbors. Carnell Tate seems to be a good one, and then he's also an Ohio State guy, so he stays in the in-state, so that's also pretty awesome for him. Arvell Reese, fantastic pickup there to go along with Luvu. Makai Lemon and Chris Olave would be sick. KC getting David Bailey. He's supposed to be one of the best edges in the draft, especially once we get to the combine, so I do love that. Ruben Bain, wow, if he falls all the way that behind David Bailey. Mansour Delane, of course, I love. I think he's awesome. Avian Terrell is going to go up people's boards. Boston's going to be good. Denzel Boston. Caleb Downs falls all the way to Baltimore. No way. He's going to go top 10. I don't care what anybody says. He literally never allowed a touchdown in college. That is a stupid stat. Spencer Fano, fantastic pick. CJ Allen. This absolutely wouldn't happen. They would have taken Sonny Styles. So for this one, obviously we would take Sonny Styles, but I'm trying to have this be semi-realistic. There's literally no way he's with us. Do I need to do 2 of these now? No, we're going to go Sonny Styles. That's where we would take this pick. We would take Sonny Styles. Period. Okay, I'm going to have to do 2 of these because this is a Sonny Styles one. The next one, I'm not taking Sonny because, again, there's no way he's there. We talked about this earlier that we would want to take in the second one Isaiah World, and he went a pick ahead of us. Dang it. Let's go back and see the other ones that we had that went after us. Joaquin Mesidor. I like all these. So Lomu goes right after us. Casey Concepcion goes there. Peter Woods falls to the Chargers. Dunker goes to Philly. Iona, I love. Mesidor, again, Chicago. Romello Height. Kenyon Sadiq becomes... Kittle gets replaced. Oh, that would be interesting. Miller and Proctor, I like. LT Overton. Simpson goes to Denver. Again, wouldn't make sense because of Knicks, but whatever. Caden McDonald's a fantastic one. Nussmeier, that would actually be awesome. Zachariah Branch, the one that everybody in Carolina really loves, ends up in Tennessee. Kamari Ramsey, another one. I really like him. Anthony Hill Jr. finally goes. Cassius Howell finally goes. We're seeing him fall. Caleb Banks, Parker, Dennis Sutton, Caleb Hood, Pregnon, I really like. Orange, Pons, and then World. So if we're here, realistically, I want to take Dylan Tiananmen. Let me make sure there's nobody else down a little bit farther because this is really where I'm wanting to go. Jake Golday could be an interesting one, but I just took a linebacker because in this scenario, somehow Sonny Styles falls to us. So to be honest, I take Dylan. You take the safety. We need a safety. This is, of course, going off of the idea that this is we didn't add anybody in free agency. Because obviously if we add people in, or when we add people in free agency, it's going to change up all this. Jadarian Price, Malachi Fields, Stowers, Slaughter. Here, personally, I take Slaughter. I have to. Slaughter makes more sense, especially for the team long term. Excuse me. I need offensive line help, but my problem is I also need a tight end. I wouldn't mind Jacoby Lane or Joshua Josephs. I mean, yeah, at this point we probably would have taken an edge. So we're just gonna go normal. What I would go in this situation, and then I'll fix this afterwards. We'll do one where I don't pick Sonny Styles because I don't again think he's gonna be there. Slaughter just went ahead of us. I took a tight end. Chandler Rivers is really where I want to go with this, but if you're going to be honest with me, I need an offensive lineman. In this one, we've got our safety. I've got my tight end for the future. I've got my linebacker. So we're all good there. I would take the interior offensive lineman. Drew Aller doesn't make sense. Skylar Bell. Jacob Rodriguez would be the pick for me, if I'm going to be honest, and just completely change the linebacker room. But here, I'll take Parker Brailsford. He is BPA there, in my opinion. Jacob Rodriguez is going to be a fantastic pick at the next level. Tyreek Sapp goes. That's another good one. Here, reject all these because, again, I'm not trading. You're asking me this right now. It's Malachi. I need an edge anyways, so it makes sense that I go get one. Tyreek Sapp could be a good one. I just don't know. I like Malachi Lawrence more. Oh, shoot. He's still here. Whew. This is a tough one. I'm going to go get my guy then because we don't pick again until 198 after this. So I get Malachi Lawrence. You know what I need? To go get Bryson a little bit more help. And I'm a big fan of this guy right here, Ted Hurst. So I'm going to make sure he is a Carolina Panther. I feel like he's the Jalen Coker of this draft. And depending on where the rest of the draft goes, there's obviously a lot of options. Again, another one. Depending on how this goes, Pat Coogan would be a great one. I can make him my center. Again, another linebacker, fantastic linebacker, Red Murdoch. If you need a guy later, your team's going to absolutely love him. And again, look at this, A's across the board. So this is clearly what we need. Here, I'd probably go corner and then another position. So let's see where we're at. A tackle, J.C. Davis, I do like. I'm not taking a punter. Get out of my face. I wouldn't take Patrick Payton just because I feel like I have plenty of linebackers. I never have enough linebackers. What am I talking about? I would probably take Pat Coogan here because I know I got him as a guard. If I had Cade Mays, if I'm going this one, I'm taking Pat Coogan because I'm trading Robert Hunt. That would make more sense. Now, obviously, as we get to the last pick, Pat Coogan's my first B. That's totally fine. It's not necessarily a need, but it's one that I would personally like on the team. This one, again, I would go take a quarterback. I would go take a cornerback. Diego Pavia, I'm not a big fan of. So for this one, I would go get Christian Gray. Go get BPA corner. Be done with it. Obviously, across the board, we're doing good. The Pat Coogan pick could have been better, but in this scenario, I'm thinking, obviously, linebacker 1. Free safety 1, tight end 2 behind Mitchell Evans until he can beat him, or 83rd pick, he might go a little bit before him. Parker Brailsford takes over for Robert Hunt because we would be trading him. Malachi Lawrence is our edge. Supposed to be really good out of UCF. Ted Hurst is our wide receiver 4 or 5. Pat Coogan would be our center. Cade Mays would be the center / left guard. And again, 198. I also don't expect him to start, so he could be a backup center, to be honest. And then Christian Gray, cornerback out of Notre Dame. I think this would be solid. Now, again, that was where I took Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles ain't going to be there. So I'm going to do a quick one. 7. No Sonny Styles. If he's there, I'm passing on him. I understand that if he was there, we would take him. But in this scenario, he is not. You know what? He's not there. I'm going to pretend like his name isn't there. I see his name there. It's not happening. He's not coming to this team. If I'm the Carolina Panthers, I take Kendrick Falk. Period. You immediately go get the edge rusher. He fell that far. I don't think Kendrick Falk's going to be there. So for this reason, I think this guy is going to be. Kenyon Sadiq right now looks like he might end up falling to us. So I think that would be the best option for us realistically. Now we get into the second round. We've obviously seen quite a bit of guys fall. I mean, we saw Romello Height go so high. Look at this. Garrett Nussmeier goes instead of Kate Klubnik. So obviously, it's different every time. Malagoa still goes to the Cardinals. See, they take David Bailey this time. They take Carnell Tate. Mekhi Lemon goes here. Reuben Bain. So again, it's a little bit different. Jay Love goes to there. Oh, that would be interesting. Falling in division. That's another one. Falling in my division would be Jeremiah Love, Spencer Fano, which is I'm fine with that. And then obviously us taking Sadiq. So I like that. Now, next one. If you're telling me that I have to make this pick, I go LT Overton. I think that's the best option. You need an edge anyways. Go get the edge that's going to be able to help out, especially second round edge. Him, Nick Scorton. I think that's a pretty solid go get him. Obviously, that means you're passing on Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Lee Hunter is an interesting one. Chris Bell, Elijah Surratt. Christian Miller could be fun, but I don't think you take a defensive lineman in a 3-4 system. So for that matter, I take LT Overton. Again, edge, it makes more sense. It doesn't make sense for me to not take him there. Now, this is the one. Oh, this is a perfect one for us. Look who's right there, Isaiah World. Don't even need to think about this. If he's there, Carolina should take him. Isaiah World, again, we're going to need to shore up those linebacker positions. So again, let's go look back at what we have. I've got a tight end of the future. I've got my edge. I've got my tackle. We're going to pick 119, and then we got 156, 157. So here, tight end would be a fantastic one. Linebacker would be a fantastic one. Harold Perkins would be good. Emmett Johnson, I don't necessarily love, but I get it. Skylar Bell, Carson Beck, Nick Singleton, Katron Allen, Drew Shelton, Ahmad Moten, again, Keelan Rutledge I like. There's Malachi Lawrence again. Here they're taking a linebacker, right? Harold Perkins. I'm curious if they gave me a B for that one. Another A+. Wow. I did not expect that at all. So these are our back-to-back picks. So this one is one where we could really, really make an impact. I do think Katron Allen would be fun. Whether or not I think he's the best pick here is something completely separate. Again, Deion Burks. Perfect. Yeah, get him a wide receiver. Now this one, I took a tackle. I got a wide receiver. I got an edge. So I don't necessarily need another edge. I already got that. I already got a linebacker. Ahmad Moten wouldn't be bad, but I'm talking about putting him on a team with, Brown, with Derek Brown, Bobby Brown. There's 2 of them. I forgot. So yeah, I'd rather have a safety, but Deshaun Singleton, I don't know. Again, there's my guy, Ted Hurst, but I already got a wide receiver, so I don't really need one. Maybe you do go defensive lineman here instead of lineman. You know what? We go interior lineman this time. A+. Wow. I didn't expect that at all. I expected that to be a B pick. This is another one. Devon Marshall. Ooh. Bishop Fitzgerald, I like too. Ooh, they got some good ones. Eric Rivers, PJ Williams, Ezekiel Massis. I like that. Aiden Fisher, Kevin Coleman, Christian Gray, the guy we took last time. Here I go, Devin Marshall, the NC State guy. Again, I like taking Carolina guys. I think they can succeed really well. This is our last pick. All A-pluses so far. Probably get a defensive lineman, safety, or something like that. Obviously, in this scenario, we're hoping that we already took a safety. Lawson Lucky. Ooh, that could be an interesting one. Diego Pounds. Yeah, you start to get really thin when we get down this way. I took a linebacker, didn't I? Yeah, I took Harold Perkins. I got the tight end, the edge, the tackle, the linebacker. Man, this is truly just BPA. You probably take the Wyoming kid, right? I didn't take a tight end at all. Yep, of course he messes it up. Either way, I like this draft. Kenyon Sadiq is realistic. LT Overton is realistic. Isaiah World being at 83, maybe not so realistic. That's okay. Harold Perkins, Deion Burks. I'd be really surprised if he's there at 156. I love Keelan Rutledge. Devin Marshall, another one. And again, John Michael Gillenborg. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I sure as hell did. You know what? To the dude right here, Dom34, and everybody else that came by today, thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate you guys. There you go. Mo Hunted, appreciate you. Can't wait to do this again, guys. Again, I definitely will be streaming Wednesday night for the Hornets game. We are now 2-0 in Hornet streams. So I appreciate you guys for coming on by, and I will see you soon.